And now it's time for another Superhero Time. With your hosts, XV, Hey Mickey, Paladin, Ken, and Fort Max.
Well, it's Superhero Time, and you can actually see us for once. And only once, I promise you that. We are not doing this again. I'm XV. This is the Superhero Time 100th episode very special. With me on video, alarmingly, I have Hey Mickey.
Yo.
Fort Max.
Hello.
Ken.
Yo.
Paladin.
Hello.
And our guest / producer JD Church from the Damn Comic Book Show.
Yay! I'm excited.
You're on the wrong show.
I bet. Yeah,
You're always excited to be
you've been
here.
looking for this all day, haven't you?
Day, like, month.
I can't wait to see them fail.
This is gonna be great. I'm gonna get the best seat in the house.
But ever since you finished watching the end of Gokaiger, you've been looking forward to this.
Ah, yes, which was about 6 hours ago.
Yeah. Yeah, all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, the finale of Gokaiger, I think that's going to be pretty much the center point of the show this week, because after almost a full year, actually it has been a full year because they took a week off.
Over a full year. It's been over because it started at the beginning of February last year, I think.
Man,
February 13th, was it?
Yeah.
How the time flies, I gotta say, it doesn't feel like any time since Gokaiger started. It's amazing.
Well, it felt like forever for Gokaiger.
I was going to say, Gokaiger dragged on and on and on, but it was...
Yeah.
That's because we actually wanted it to end.
Yeah.
Yes, well, remember, Paladin, at the end, you were the only one still watching it.
Is that like a
Yes,
self-abuse thing, or?
Well, I joined this show, didn't I?
I'm flagellating
Can't really argue
myself
there.
with Gokaiger.
Although I think the thing would apply, I think it would apply more to Ken because he joined the show after listening to us.
Mm.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a lie. Nobody listens to us.
The first. Well, tell that to
Barricade
our.
does.
Tell that to.
Again, nobody listens to us.
Oh.
Watching us live right now, going by the chat numbers. So somebody's interested.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
They probably just got confused and thought we were doing RFC on an off night, though. But I think the first three of you that were on the show with me, I don't really think it's fair to say that you joined out of self-abuse, because you had no idea what you were getting into at the time.
You tricked me, you bastard.
And yet, we're all still here.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame when nobody has anything remotely better to do. I mean, Mickey will even just drink on the show. He won't make a separate event out of it. Mickey, do you have your booze this week?
Not at the moment.
Oh.
I could,
well,
though.
You'll probably need it later on.
So...
Got pills?
the pills. Okay, so anyway, we were off last week to make the scheduling for this work. Thanks a lot, Mickey. And, but even so, I don't think there was much in the way of news while we were gone, was there?
Just a handful of things.
I know I Am Amazon came out.
Oh,
I had to think about that for a second, yeah.
Skyrider, yes.
Okay, maybe that was a little obtuse when spoken, but that's me. So go, Paladin!
Alright, we also had confirmation of FigoArt's Fourze magnet states.
Unsurprising.
It's not an exclusive because even Tamashii Webshop doesn't know how the fuck magnets work.
Okay, well,
Might as well be an exclusive. No one's
I'll
going to be able to
accept
buy
the
one.
joke, but, like, Pudotera was exclusive, right?
No, I don't think Pudotera was
Pudotera
exclusive.
came out like in August at retail.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's like most of the main show forms are always going to be retail.
yeah. Now, if Fourze had stupid random combos that couldn't be reproduced by slapping modules on, that would be your exclusives. But they learned their lesson from that from O's.
Because those things I don't think sold, considering they only did 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean, they even got all of Doubles off forms out, didn't they?
Yeah, and I think those were just retail anyway. All of them were, I think.
No, those came in 2-packs, which I believe were exclusives.
Are you sure? Because I've always been able to find them for decent prices.
Yeah, because nobody really cared about them, but there was only 9 of them, so it didn't matter.
Just wait till Fourze gets its love form like O's had.
Well, they never made a figure out of that either.
Yeah, I'm surprised that never got any kind of merchandising. It might have got like one of those little keychain figures, but I was
Yeah,
never able.
it got
did.
those. It got that.
But yeah, it needs a proper figure just for the laughs.
Well, so does Gokai Christmas.
Now that
That
probably
could still happen.
because they got the mold, so it's gonna be the same mold.
Yeah, I mean-
The only thing they have to do is make a new helmet.
Yeah, they would only have to mold a new head, which that's not a big deal. Or they could just cheap out and paint 2 visor shapes on one helmet.
What go all? I shouldn't go there.
Really? Now I think you
No.
should.
I was thinking of Sideburn from the last year with the attempted paint on the over the eye.
Well, that's okay because that's fine because ripping into the collectors club is always on topic.
Yeah, but that'll just send us on a whole other tangent now.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what else, Paladin?
Did we talk about the driver reissues last time?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we knew about
I think
them.
that happened during our.
Well, it's too late now. They're already gone.
It's been more
Yeah,
than 12 seconds since they were announced. Of course they're gone.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But it's interesting though what they've done with that. The double driver comes with all 6 main memories, and the Deca driver is getting plastic cards, which probably will be show accurate now.
And we assume the double driver has the right sounds again.
Well, yeah, because it's a Japanese reissue.
Yeah. I would actually like the Deca driver with the plastic cards because you don't have to worry about messing them up then. Not as much anyway.
And I assume it would still read printed paper cards.
Yeah. I mean, it reads stuff you print out on your paper on your printer, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can print out the custom cards so you have the other sounds.
Yeah.
But the thing with double driver is I think it's only costing what the original did. They're not like upping the price for the extra 2 memories.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, the Legend mobile rights was cheaper.
No, the price will just go up by default because only the scalpers can get their hands on it.
Well, they're still CS toys. They'll get a couple dozen of them probably.
Which will take, what, another 7 seconds?
Something like that, yeah, but at least it's another chance.
I'm assuming Bandai's logic on this is that no one wants to buy the double driver by itself if you can't get all the memories, and they don't want to release Metal Shaft or the
Oh, yeah.
Trigger Magnum again,
Well,
so...
Nobody really wants
Right.
the metal shaft anyway because it's,
The metal
it
shaft.
sucks.
yeah. It's, this big. So.
Oh, there's a good quote.
If only we could retain it on video.
Thank you, Ken, for not disappointing. Or maybe disappointing a lot. I don't know. It depends on what your standards are.
I'm guessing a lot.
All right. So, Toy Fair also happened last weekend.
And
Yeah.
there wasn't that much interesting, to be honest.
For anybody.
Got to see the Bolzuka.
And the Barracuda Blade.
We'd already seen those, though.
Well, we knew about them.
Well,
We just
not like-
didn't actually get to see them.
Yeah.
Outside of
We
that
had a-
catalog.
Oh, there was a really good large picture of the Barracuda blade on Kmart's website, I think.
I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
but it's fucking Kmart, so who cares?
Well, it's still a picture of it.
It's still fucking Kmart.
It would explain why nobody knew about it, though, I guess. Because, Kmart.
And Kmart.
But yeah,
specifically.
That happened.
So more samurai figures, more Zords, just basically more of the stuff
Also,
we have.
apparently, there are actual suits made of the battleizers for the girls too.
Which is surprising, to say the least.
They're announced, but they'll never come out.
Or ever be used in the show, probably. Ah, there we go.
Well, I mean, they'll probably will be used in the show, considering they made suits.
Well, I guess.
Their episodes will get cut.
Well, what's funny is that in the new opening,
So where
it
were
shows
we?
it. Hi.
What are you on now?
pink and yellow Mega Ranger or Mega Samurai suit things.
Battleizers.
Battleizers,
okay.
yes.
Ultra Team Hyperforce Go.
Yes, that.
Yes.
Yeah, but in the new opening, they actually show the shot of Shinken Yellow fighting that spinning monster from the RPM special. That, of course, they just use and probably won't actually use in the show. So that
Yeah,
keeps
that'll
one of
probably be
her
the only appearance of it.
and that's one of Shinken Yellow's 2 whole super appearances.
Ah. Yeah. Yellow's really getting the short end of the stick this year.
Well,
In more ways than one, I'm
yeah.
sure.
Well, I noticed in the Toy Fair photos there was pictures of more of those masks, and there wasn't a yellow one. There was a pink one, but no yellow. I'm not sure what Samurai has against yellow even more than Shinkanger had against yellow.
Well,
yeah,
because yellow isn't pink. Pink will sell to girls. Girls don't want a yellow toy if they can get a pink one.
yeah, it's true.
I guess.
Yeah, because I mean,
I don't
Kotoha didn't get a lot of episodes in Shinkenger as it was. It's just getting less and less in Samurai though.
Well,
they
less
give
samurai
yellow-
is always a good thing.
It is.
Hope they give yellow some focus in Go Busters, because otherwise that's gonna kind of suck too.
I mean, there's only 3 of them, so I imagine they're going to have to by default.
Only 3 at the start, you mean?
Well, yeah, this is true.
Look how much attention Geki Yellow got.
Huh?
Mm.
Exactly.
But on the other
Alright.
hand, there's Gokaiger.
Ah, yes.
Well,
But
like we
Gokaiger
said,
did everything
Kaiju
right.
exists to dick with our expectations.
This
I'm
is
okay with
true.
that. Alright, so what else?
Do we care at all about Akiba Ranger?
It's crazy looking, that's about it.
Has there been a trailer yet?
No, just launch
No,
of the
there's-
official website.
And the picture
Pictures
of
of the costumes.
I have not seen that yet.
It's in the Toku thread on Allspark.
It's got a... It vaguely reminds me of Powerpuff Girls somehow.
But live action.
Yeah.
If that's not enough to scare you.
Which Powerpuff Girls?
Does it matter?
Well, nothing
which one?
specific, just sort of a vague reminding of...
Reminded me.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, Ken, here's the important question. Which Powerpuff Girls is scarier, the American one or the Japanese one?
The Japanese one by far.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen any of that.
Eh.
I think you should stay that way.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that's a
probably so.
Ranger. Wow, those costumes.
Yeah, those costumes.
Well, they're not the worst costumes they could have come up with for an unofficial Sentai.
The pigtails on the yellow helmet's kind of funny looking, though.
So it is 2 girls and 1 guy too.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. I should hope, considering the blue and yellow one have bras.
Again, maybe.
Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
Yeah.
Well, we know this could be a new Chi-Chi Ranger.
You
Yeah,
keep
I
bringing that up.
I think Wingus' reaction is the best. It's like, well, that's different.
Yeah. That's about the best you can say about it. Although I would like to point out that the visibility out of Red's helmet must be terrible,
Oh God.
being that half the light is painted over.
Yeah.
That seems like a bad choice.
I thought this was going to be animated, though.
So did I. Just the way it looked, the pre-reveal stuff looked. It almost looked like it was going to be
Yes,
animated.
but you have to admit the silhouettes do look exactly like the actual costumes, don't they?
They do. I just never expected the costumes to look like that.
Of course, on the other hand, the one silhouette already looked like Meteor.
Yeah.
Not that far-fetched, is it?
No, I guess not.
Meteor should have pigtails, too.
Just third upgrade.
Well, he will when he gets to shower form.
Well, no, that's not pigtails. That's like Wolverine hair.
Super Saiyan hair.
I think that would be bigger, wouldn't it?
That's
Well.
what she said.
If he's going to have Wolverine hair, then he should fight Scorpio, so he could be covered in Scorpios.
That's terrible.
You're terrible.
So is
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, we're really killing it so far. So, was Akiva Ranger the bottom of the barrel here, or do we have anything else?
No, the bottom of the barrel is the show itself. So yeah, I think that's about it for the news.
Joy.
Actually, I think the bottom of the barrel is Super Samurai, but no, actually, I think it's Shin this week.
Yeah, you got a funny story about that, don't you?
Funny story. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was shorter.
Well, okay, there is that, but there's the other story you told me just as I was going off to make dinner.
Oh, which one was that?
Oh,
That
fine, I'll just tell
Samurai.
it. Yeah, where you stopped watching Shin in favor of watching Samurai.
Yeah, basically that.
Ooh.
I
can't
don't
say
blame you for that, to be honest.
You know, Paladin, this whole Shin Kamen Rider thing was your idea.
Yeah, I know. I'll pay for this.
That was
in
the
part,
idea.
you're paying for it right now. Remember, this was our bargain. We would do this if you would get on the video.
Are you sure you can see me? I can't even see me.
Oh, I can see you.
Mm.
All right, then.
So shall we get Samurai out of the way first?
Might as well.
Or should we get XV out of the way?
Ah,
I think it's been put out of the way.
He does not have a cow, man.
Oh. So nice he prepared for it with that image and everything, too.
All right, so someone do a dance or something to entertain the masses.
Clearly, this is my punishment for the prime rib.
Clearly.
The sub-prime rib, as Mickey put it. Boy, was that sub-prime.
Was it a
So did
first
we start
edition
on
rib?
Samurai yet? No.
No, he was able to get a hold of one.
So did we start on Samurai yet?
We were about
We were
to.
about to. Then you died.
And now Samurai will kill you again.
Oh, probably so.
More than likely.
Superbly.
Okay, so after what, 6 months off the air?
God,
Yeah, at least 6 months.
not counting the specials.
And we
Very
do
special.
mean
The
special.
very specials.
Even more special
They
than
were
this.
almost as special as this. Yeah.
Not quite as special as
Okay.
us, though.
So anyway, now Power Ranger Samurai has returned as Power Ranger Super Samurai. It's super.
Super.
Yeah.
Super duper.
And
It's
you
super
know,
salad.
Well, at least they kind of sort of halfway did their own thing for one episode. Sort of.
And how did that work out?
well, it was
The writing is.
About as
You know,
well as
it's-
the Red Ranger special?
Are we gonna summarize this or just kind of?
I didn't watch it, so I don't have shit to say about it.
No, okay.
I don't think
It
anybody
was-
really cares. We're
And
just
yeah,
gonna
I
know
don't really care to
Black,
summarize it.
black box, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. One thing that strikes me is that, okay, they've had this black box sitting here for several episodes
6
because they got it.
months.
Well, I mean, even just in the number of episodes, it was like what, 10 episodes ago? There he goes again.
No, I'm still here. I have
Um,
video problems.
it's like
Paul
what-
Antonio was too busy fishing.
Yeah, it's like Genta
yeah,
did it
that
right
kind of
away.
too.
Genta did it immediately, had no
Mhm.
problems.
Well, Genta is a
And
better.
yeah, really
character
sucks. Just by comparison.
As I was saying, Genta's a better character.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, that struck me too. You know, they start charging the thing up and then just let it sit for however long unfinished. Because it doesn't really matter that much, obviously.
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 Yeah.
Well, you put your
Maybe-
rechargeable batteries back in the charge, and you kind of forget about them until you need them.
Okay.
Sure. Oh yeah, but they.
But now we got new toys.
Yeah, they finally used that spider monster again. Or
The
finished
power
it.
up version.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of American footage, and none of the the fighting is really that
Great.
Yeah, the only good
Props.
parts are the only good parts are when they switch back to Shinkenger footage.
Props for trying to use American-made fight footage, though.
Trying, being they were.
Although it was kind of reminiscent of season 3 of Power Rangers, where the monster was rampaging through a suburb.
Yes, that was my first thought. The song of Discordia.
Oh,
Yeah,
they did
that was
find
fair.
their own stand-in for that destroyed city block that Toei
That-
likes to use.
Just for a production.
Well, they had one before. They've used it in Mystic Force and Jungle Fury, I think.
and you know, from a production point of view,
New
it
Zealand's
blends.
Detroit.
Yeah, it blends well enough.
I guarantee it's nicer than the original.
I mean, the editing and blending the footage, it works well enough, at least. But that's about the only prop I can give it
And they did take that stupid narrator part out of the opening credits.
for now.
Maybe they figured people would finally remember it after 20 episodes or so.
Nah.
And 3 specials. And they finally.
Shows how much I was paying attention, though. I didn't even notice it was gone.
Yeah. They finally used Daikai Shinkano.
Yeah, how many episodes did they end up delaying that?
Ever since they got the black box. Ever since the first
Oh.
episode of that spider monster.
So 4 or 5 episodes at least.
More, I think it's more than that even. More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty much Power Rangers Super Samurai.
And it's still Samurai.
And the
But
Super
now it's
Mega
super.
The Super Mega Mode looks as stupid as it sounds.
Yes, it does. It is just the same as the. I mean, I realize that all the, Super Shinkenger is just with a jacket, but at least that looks cool.
Battle bathrobe.
It still looks cool though.
Is it
But
a smoking jacket? Could you go-
It should
Like
be.
pipes
Good
going into their
Especially
helmet.
since it's in Samurai.
I'm going to
Oh.
fuck you up.
Bulk and Spike were actually on screen at the same time as them for once too.
Hey, how about
Imagine
that?
Even though they were all the way back in the background, unnoticed.
And they nearly died.
But only nearly.
Well, they have 19 more episodes to get through.
Yeah. Although they did blow a perfectly good camera.
Remind me of that.
Poor
Kind of like tonight.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a complete outsider on this. How long has Samurai been going on?
Well,
Yeah.
if you don't count the special, this is episode 21.
Okay.
Yeah, but
And it started last
time.
February.
Time.
Start-
A year.
Okay. Why does it seem like it's been 4?
Because
well,
Power
it's
Rangers
been, that
Samurai.
long, it's been 3 years since Shinkenger came out.
God.
It's been 3 years since. Oh God.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Or 3 years since it started, anyway.
Mickey, it's been 3 years since Goanger ended.
I'd say I can believe that though.
It's been a while since Double ended, too. Poor Double.
And it's been
I miss it.
a day and a bit since Gokaiger ended.
Too soon, Fort
I
Max.
know.
Too soon.
Ah, it's a little pain.
How long has
Right.
it been since Dino ended?
It hasn't.
Yes, wait till Superhero Tyson when New Dino takes the spotlight yet again.
Is New Dino in Superhero Wars?
Yes.
Yeah, according to the plot synopsis, they go back in time to figure out why.
Using the
Oh,
they
yeah,
all
I know
pile
that
on the
Deadliner goes
Deadliner.
back in time, but I didn't see it say that New Deno was there.
Yeah, apparently it's
Well, how else are they going to go back in time?
Don't pile on the Deadliner. Owner's there, so
He can ride a bike on the thing. He doesn't need a motorcycle.
What if he wants to play card games?
No,
Play
no.
card games of the
bicycle, not
decade on a motorcycle.
Bicycle, not motorcycle. Go watch Final Countdown again. For that really weird scene. So anyway, do we want to blow through last week's Fourze real quick?
Yeah, because we're skipping this week's until next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it didn't come out close enough to the showtime.
No, I still watched it earlier, so we can still breeze through it.
Shut up!
I haven't seen it yet, so I was busy trying to watch Shin.
Yeah, well.
You could put
I
both on at
should've
the same time.
should have watched Fourze.
I was busy trying to keep Gokaiger fresh in my mind.
I was busy trying to stay awake when I was watching Shin. I was like,
Same here.
Yeah, that seems to be a common problem with that.
I just ended up skipping forward to the fights.
I seriously downed the 5 hour energy earlier, and that I was still starting to nod off. That's bad.
And the bad thing is, this was a pitch for a new Kamen Rider series.
And you can
Gee, I
see
wonder
why
why
it didn't
they
work out.
I left the room while he's playing a few times. Go back over and Twitter about it.
And now we can just read his lips.
Yeah.
I guess I'm siloning, huh?
You are.
Fantastic.
Hey, but the video's great.
Live.
Also, you can actually get up to plug in and plug out the microphone. That's awesome.
Things you learn.
Fixed.
Had to Sonic it. Ah.
That fixes everything.
So we're skipping Foes 23.
For now.
And on to 24.
I don't think anybody's watched
Oh, back to
except for
22.
you. Okay. You want me to take
Okay,
that?
so yeah, go ahead, Ken.
Okay, so okay, they're fighting Pegasus. Pegasus kicked Fourze's ass, but Meteor landed a really good punch on it. It escaped with the help of what was that? Virgo.
This is the fast version, right, Ken?
Yes.
It escapes with the help of,
Virgo.
yeah.
Pretty
Virgo.
short cake.
Yes.
Yeah,
Official
the one
reveal
who,
of the
the
Virgo
one who
horoscope.
isn't probably about to get a trip to the Home for Infinite Losers.
Yeah,
Well, we're
but
not sure of that yet.
Meteor catches a feather from Virgo, and then later on, Virgo tells off Hayame, who is a sucky Zodiart.
You mean Space Garen?
Yes, Space Garen sucks, as we have learned recently.
Yeah, Ken, you need to use these people's real names so we know who you're talking about.
Space. Anyway, they back at school the next day. Kamen Rider Club interviews Kijima, the Rakugo guy that is giving the translators so much trouble.
Did anyone ever see what TV Nihon was handling it?
No,
I have not, but we're gonna have time to find that out. Anyway, apparently his watch is stopped, which they take notice of, or at least Ryusei takes notice of.
He's Batman.
Yes. While Ryusei sneaks off, transforms, and rides off, while Gentaro goes to check out the kickboxing club and nearly gets his ass kicked by the whole class until Haruka shows up again.
And
He
she
wants-
proceeds to
Kickboxing,
practically beat him senseless.
not the kickboxing club. He went over to the gym.
Jim, I'm sorry. I'm clubs. Kamen Rider Fourze. That's what I think of.
Yeah, nice big club to the head.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's-
meanwhile,
It's
Meteor
a club, but it's a suit actors club.
was apparently called by that feather because there was a message left on it to fight Virgo because she wants to find out who the hell he is.
3 o'clock. Be ready.
Yeah. So Virgo
Here's the
fights
bridge.
Meteor while Gentaro fights Haruka. Haruka beats the ever-loving crap out of Gentaro. It's kind of a fun, well-choreographed sparring match, though.
And she's officially the best character in Foes now.
Yes.
Well, she is Space Hurricane Blue after all.
After this episode, though, I've rather liked the character, so I hope she does stick around as recurring at least, and it seems like she might. Anyway,
No, probably can't afford that.
It's not like she has anything else to do right
well,
now.
they can afford Space Garen. They can afford Space Hurricane Blue.
Well, okay, look at it this way. Remember K-Tai 7 we did
And
a
she's
couple of years
also
ago?
the invisible Dopont.
Yeah.
The actress was a recurring character in that, and that can't have that much budget compared to
Yeah.
this.
Was she a cell phone?
No, she wasn't a cell phone. She was
Oh.
actually a person.
So, yeah, she was actually human, not someone that just got thrown all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, Meteor
Hurricane Blue is not for throwing.
Meteor continues to fight Virgo, but even his limit break does not stand a chance of actually hitting her. She does make a slip, though, and calls the Pegasus Zodiart a boy.
Oops.
So yes.
Or it may have been, actually, I'm not sure if that may have been planned.
Maybe, because Yeah, you can't really tell what Virgo's up to right now.
Virgo seems to be trying to all get in Garen's shit, though.
We can't even confirm that Virgo's female.
This is true. Anyway, after Gentaro wakes up after being knocked unconscious, he tells Haruka to meet him at the school so he can give her some counseling, which doesn't sound like a come on line at all.
No.
But when she shows up, she finds Fourze
Or
in there
sitting there and
instead.
just closes the door.
Yes! Just like, okay, I'm gonna go walk away. He proceeds to confuse the hell out of her, asking for her Switch. And after some goading, she hands him the fire alarm switch that she apparently kicked off the wall at the beginning of last week's episode to trigger the fire alarm because she got pissed off and is temperamental.
That's quite a kick.
Yeah!
It's super effective.
Just the reaction when she hands it to him is amusing, at least. And
his reaction.
yeah, because it's like, wait a second, we were wrong this time?
What do you mean this time? Isn't it like the third time they've faked us out with who the Zodiac user is?
Not this much, though, I don't think.
Well,
Because
I thought it was where to start with anyway.
no, I figured they were going to pull something, but they seem to really be on it more than like with the Dragon Zodiac, where it was really, really obvious. Because I actually wasn't expecting the Rakugo guy until, spoilers, they got him. Until, like, I mean, when this clock stopped, when his watch stopped, I kind of figured that something was going to be up there. But I wasn't really suspecting him after last week. He was just annoying me last week.
Well, it had to be one of the two guest stars, and
Yeah, it did, but I just
pulled
wasn't
out.
I wasn't thinking about it. Especially
Thinking about it.
thinking about it. Thinking about it. Thanks. Anyway, speeding it up, Ryusei clues them into what he thinks is going on, while Gentaro apologizes profusely to Haruka and gets some insight on what her mindset is. But they confront the Rakugo guy at a show, and it turns out, yes, after they show all their evidence, that yes, he is the Zodiac. And so Gentaro transforms. He almost gets his catchphrase interrupted, but just kicks the Pegasus Zodiac off so he can finish it. And then goes outside to fight.
catchphrases are important.
Yes, but as Ryusei runs off to try and transform, Jake follows his lead. So he can't transform thanks to that pesky little secret identity.
Oops.
Yeah.
I still have to wonder how long they're going to drag that out.
And
Yeah,
you know
but
what,
Jake did say he was going to try. He was going to learn how to run away that well.
yeah, he did do that last week. So they kind of
Continuity.
yes. But actually, this week at least it doesn't press the issue harder because he doesn't get a chance to actually go off and transform. So the believability of it isn't pressed as even harder than it already is, and it's been pressed pretty hard by this point.
Your mom presses it hard.
Yes.
She died.
Anyway,
He already got to make his appearance in this episode, so it doesn't matter anyway.
yeah. Haruka shows up. She gets the handshake and clues Fourze in on how to actually fight a bit better, just by him shadowing her movements, which apparently the Pegasus guy just really hated her because she took his fan. Really?
Yeah.
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 Anyway, we get a really good fight between Fourze and Pegasus at least. And then he whips out the magnet states, blows it away, because that's apparently all magnet states can do, because it can't move for shit.
Yeah. I
He
think
looks like he's about to fall over a couple times.
I think they might have made mistakes in designing that suit.
Yeah, at least.
So, do you think the figure art's gonna have problems with balance?
Yes.
See.
It's a figure art. They all kind of do.
Not them. Although Gokaiger likes to take a dive off the shelf every now and then, and so I think
On the other hand, it's okay with Gokaiger doing it because he doesn't have any pointy bits sticking off of his head.
Well, except I think one of his foot joints is kind of a little busted now.
Oh, so this is after he stuck the sword through his foot.
Actually, it's the same foot. It is the same exact foot. I can't.
Authenticity.
It's a feature.
Is it designed by Microsoft?
Anyway, despite the Pegasus Zodiac blowing up, it reforms, and Virgo throws the Rakugo guy's body at it and forms the newest horoscope, Cancer. So guess who we're stuck with for a while?
The translator's delight.
Cancer?
Yes, we are stuck with Cancer. I'm sorry to inform you.
Okay, so now...
It's okay. We can take chemotherapy for it.
I was going to say, Fourze just needs to get radiation states and we can clear this right up.
Hey, there's still a few switches left. Cosmic states. Cosmic radiation. There we go.
No, he just needs, like, the microwave switch. That'll work, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, I can totally see that as being, like, an arm switch, so he just has, like, this whole microwave sliding off his arm.
No, that'd be on his leg. The door would pop open.
I feel really, really sorry for every translator working on this, all three groups now, because...
Well, no, with TV Nihon it won't matter because they just won't translate it.
Okay, I feel sorry for two.
But it'll have like a second of flash text at the top, right? Is that what the...
Well,
Yes.
they'll have a
Sorry,
paragraph.
sir, I'm sorry for
Yeah.
overtime.
It'll have a paragraph at the top that'll be up there for like a half a second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they don't have
anyway,
to.
This for JD, don't you know?
There's some good news at least,
Well,
because
that's justification.
Haruka now is teaching the entire club how to fight.
Look, let's get the civilians out there in the middle of the battle. Oh, that's a great idea. What could possibly go wrong?
It's not like they haven't been out there in the middle of it anyway.
Yeah, this is true.
Maybe now they can help fight the Dustards.
Yes, she is or maybe she can at least help fight the Dustards.
If she ever shows up again.
She
Hopefully, she's the homeroom teacher now, so she's thrown out.
So they won't have any more scenes in the homeroom.
And how often did you see your homeroom teacher throughout the school year?
I was homeschooled in high school.
Well. Typically they show up
example.
once and then you never see
Even
them.
my days off.
Do what?
I saw them even on my days off and vacation. So
I guess your mom brought her work home with her.
pretty much.
In more ways than one.
But see, it doesn't matter that Haruka is the homeroom teacher because she's not a Zodiac.
Well,
So
true.
she doesn't have to be around as much as Sanada was.
Yeah. Well,
Besides, they can't show any other teachers aside from Suspenders guy.
yeah, oh God.
Well, he has the most comedy potential, and I was so happy last week when the photo showed up again, probably for the last time.
Yes. But I'm just
Until
gonna
it
say,
makes a new one with Space Hurricane Blue.
yeah. Okay. Haruka might not show up anymore, but I hope at least she does, because it would add a nice bit of variety to the cast.
Yeah.
Someone who is at least kind of even-minded, other than Kingo.
Somebody
And
who
use
realizes the absurdity of the situation.
Besides Kingo
Yes.
and Ryusei.
And the police before they got Giast.
Yeah.
So who do we think is going to die first, Cancer or Libra?
Libra.
Libra.
He's the oldest one still left.
Mind you, Cancer is a kid, so he's stupid, and thus he might get taken out quicker.
Plus,
Mind
claw
you-
monsters don't last that long in Kamen Rider anyway.
No, they don't.
Yes, but being a claw monster, he might get to eat Libra before he dies.
Sure.
Poor Scissors.
But yeah,
That was so-
I feel sorry for the translators.
Yeah. Well, speaking of feeling sorry for people, why don't we move the show along a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, so who wants to lead on last week's Gokaiger?
I'll do it.
All right.
All right, so we last left
Silence
off the
some
team.
Gokai.
Sorry?
I said Cylon us through some Gokaiger. No, you're not. Not yet, anyway.
What?
Just
Well, I
play
think-
the damn episode.
Get on with it!
You know,
All right, so we last left off. Team was on the ground, and the sky was clouded with locusts. No, sorry, Zangiak ships.
Same difference.
Predatory birds.
So the team calls out the mechs and just starts spamming ultimate powers on them left and right.
It was pretty awesome what they went through too.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, it was nice to see both some of the stuff we haven't seen in a while.
Or not at all.
You
Yeah,
finally
and I'll
got
use
the Mega Ranger's ultimate power, which gave Gozujin the Mega Winger's wings and part of Mega V4.
Yeah, and
So it's the douche wing ultimate power.
No, it's Mega Ranger, not in space.
yeah, and we get to see
Yeah.
Goren Gokaiger again for the last time.
I
Well,
wasn't
not
expecting to see that again.
oh,
but-
That was a nice little surprise.
What I really ended up liking them doing was combining basically the effect of the Jetman and Dynaman ultimate power.
yes, and they
The
took out a
fire
million ships in
and
the
the
process.
explosion. That was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And see, this is one of the best mecha battles Gokaiger's had since the first episode because, just like the first episode, 99% CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost Ship's mecha battle, without getting the spoilers on it, is really good too. And guess what? It also is
CGI!
CGI.
See, it's something I've been thinking about for a long time. I would like to see a Sentai series completely do away with the suits for the Megazord battles and just do it in CGI. You know, they can do like Rescue Force and make the monsters non-humanoid when they grow or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it could be done. It would make it a lot
It would
freer,
be
more interesting.
But given the legacy stuff, I don't think that they would do that just because people would pitch such a fit.
Probably. But I still want to see it.
Oh, purists. What do they know?
Yeah.
Maybe in another 10 years or so.
Well, now, JD, you have to admit the G1 purists did get themselves redeemed 15 years later.
Yeah, that's what I'm more saying. You know? It's like, it's easy in the Beast Wars era to be like, screw those purists, and now they're all like, G1. Anyway. Truck Nut
Yes.
Monkey.
Well, it's easier to be G1 now because, you know, everything since Cybertron has sucked, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Ben-
With the exception of the hiccup that was animated.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
I like Prime, but
Yeah, Prime's okay.
The problem is Prime is just okay. It's not great. It's not really bad. It just kind of is.
Well, it's better than everything than the stuff we had before Prime.
Prime is like later Echo Warrior
Which
fanfic.
was-
That's like
It's not horrible to be absurd anymore. It just kind of exists.
that's like saying you'd rather be punched in the face because it's better than being hit with the crowbar than you were being hit with. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
So
All
Mecha
right.
Battle.
yes,
Anyway,
giant.
back into Gokaiger.
So they blow up Furimaru, the dragon, and they send Mach Falcon back to Engine World.
Well, I think really only the Pat Striker was seen explicitly just blowing the smithereens. The other one just kind of had explosions surrounding them.
But they can probably
can
come back
assume,
anyway
though,
if they
that-
had to.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, it'd be kind of unfortunate. It'd be kind of sad if it was like, because yeah, Furimaru just gets knocked off screen. He doesn't blow up. Pat Striker does blow up, but Gal Lion just falls to the ground. So the ones that were actually
It's
the
living.
ones that were
Yeah, if it's a machine, it dies.
yeah, if they were sentient, then they just got knocked the hell out.
Which is bad news for the Gokai Galleon. and the rest of the
Yeah,
Gokai. Because kaboom.
yeah, they have seeking missiles.
Yeah.
So even though they put a sizable dent in the fleet, the Emperor ain't having none of that shit, and he blows them the fuck up.
Yeah, I will say those crashes are spectacular looking. Especially Gozujin when it hits the ground and takes out 15 city blocks.
Oh.
Don't
Abandoned
worry, it's still the
block.
abandoned building district.
Yeah. Well, no, this isn't Detroit.
You're right, it looks nice.
But no, you know, as I was watching this battle, it's like, okay, so this is what Countdown to Destruction would have been like if they did it now.
And they had a budget.
No, that's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, pretty much. And it does kind of justify why Actos was just kind of sitting around biding his time for this past 10 episodes?
It wasn't that he was a Japanese emperor character. It's just that he was waiting for his millions of ships to arrive.
Mm.
Exactly, and it kind of...
So he's a Zentrite.
Yeah. Basically, he's poised to take over the Earth and destroy and kill everybody in just a matter of probably a day.
Now, see, I love what he does here, though. Okay, after he blows up Gokaiger, he puts a giant hologram of himself above the giant horse, turning it into like a centaur type ship.
Yeah. It does.
And he greets the Earth with "Hello, Earth and cattle."
Well, he's not entirely wrong.
Yeah.
And then he gives them the
And
speech.
speaking of which, there comes the cow.
Planet. But because the pirates killed my son, I'm going to murder all of you. You've got 24 hours to lament and rue your fate. Despair.
Yeah. and usually, like, when a villain gives this, like, you know, time to... It kind of feels forced, like, okay, the heroes have to have their time. No, it's really kind of legitimate. We're going to murder all of you pretty brutally, and as soon as sunset comes around. Not even 24 hours, just sunset.
And it's sort of like, you know, so think about that. Have a nice day.
So, the Gokaigers split up and wander around a bit. And, surprise, they run into more old rangers.
Or at least one.
Well, just one to start with.
Mm.
Yeah, and some friends of Old Rangers.
But they run into Mammoth Ranger from Jew Ranger. Which that's the first member we've had from that team, right?
The only member we've had from that team. I think most of them are, like, retired from acting nowadays.
Well, not counting Dragon Ranger and Guy's Coma Dream.
Well, that doesn't count.
Yeah, but that's just a suit. That's not like the actual dude. I guess they did. Did you see? I don't think you saw him, did you? We didn't see him out of suit, did we?
No, it could have been Tommy in the suit.
Yeah,
it was way too small.
Yeah, they just had Aubrey Killer.
Yeah, Aubrey Killer, Time Fire, and...
Well, and Aubrey Killer was the only one shown out of suit.
Yeah,
Right.
at least Time Fire got his, like, gun tap thing going on, but Dragon Ranger just stood there.
Well, okay. What is Dragon Ranger known for besides just showing up out of nowhere and dying? And if he's already dead, what is he gonna do?
Mm.
He's just gonna stand there.
Yeah, pretty much. And being evil at first, but yeah.
But mostly the dying is what he's known for.
Yeah, but
That's not really the
Yeah,
reputation
you know.
that you want, you know.
Well,
Who are
showing
you?
up
I'm the
at-
dying guy.
yeah, I did like the scene where Mammoth Ranger shows up, though. It was, I mean, it was,
Just completely inexplicably.
yeah, it's completely inexplicably, but it was brief, and I don't think it makes much sense in the context of Jew Ranger. But
Well, actually, I think it does, because I believe at the end of Jew Ranger, they just ascend to heaven.
yeah,
So
but they
sort
went
of
back.
they could come back
Yeah.
if there was a need for them, like the Legend
I guess
War, and after
if-
that they probably couldn't go back again.
But if
Yeah.
they're from heaven, Guy shouldn't be able to see him. He couldn't see Jet Condor.
Ah, but see, they're not dead. They just, ascended, and then they could come back.
They just took a ride on a cloud.
Plus,
Wait, how'd
we
they
have
get back from heaven if, like, the Ghost Agers blew up the tower?
different
Oh, God.
heaven.
It got better.
There's a few
Oh.
hells and a few heavens.
Well, they
Oh,
did rebuild
but
it a few
the-
times.
The thing with Guy, there is 6 Jew Ranger keys, so he would have a link to the Jew Rangers.
Yeah, that's true. If you,
Jetman
if
only
you
has 5 keys.
that theory does make sense. So
As much as anything else about that situation made sense, yeah.
So who else do they run into? There's the kid from the second episode or third episode with the Shinkanger key.
yeah, Marvelous runs into him.
Chibi Shinken Red.
Chibi Shinken
Yeah.
Red.
Let's see.
Which is not-
Also, Magi Red's
Girlfriend. Probably.
girlfriend.
Maybe wife by now.
The family from the Go-Go 5 episode.
Yes, remember that one?
And Fat Professor and Little Annoying Brat from Gokaiger.
No, not the only brat, just the professor.
That's
Yeah,
enough.
thankfully Nozumo wasn't there.
I actually did not mind him too much because it was just kind of
He
the
didn't do
point
anything.
trying to get across the people that the past Sentais had affected. And even if it was a Ghost Age reminder, I
And
can
then
deal
he fell on his ass.
yes.
Well, at least he didn't have the fake mustache this time.
Besides, Ajured's girlfriend or whatever by this point had the kind of better scene in that moment anyway.
Yeah, he got
Yeah, sure.
upstaged by someone who wasn't even a ranger.
Neither was he. He was just God.
Of course, he was in Gokaiger.
He was as much of a ranger as all the Ghost Sagers were, so that counts.
Sad.
If not more.
So
He might have
the
been.
Gokaigers reconvene and discuss what they want to do, and Guy thinks they really should use the ultimate treasure to win at the cost of everything.
Because that's
heck, why
what
not?
the Mammoth Ranger told him to do.
But
Except-
Mammoth doesn't really understand what would happen if they did that.
No,
Well,
I think he
he
does actually.
he does,
He did,
actually.
yeah.
Basically, it basically ends up being a thing. They
Thing.
effect a thing. They effectively give Guy a choice that is, you can, like, even the past.
You use this. You use the ultimate power. The other Sentai never existed ever.
Yeah, but
They fall through
At
that
the same
crack in
time-
time.
they would have all died for that if they had been given the choice. So they would be okay with that. However, it is a question then of how much the Super Sentai means to the Earth itself.
I would say quite a bit.
Yeah.
And what other effects the Earth would have if the other Super Sentai had never been around.
Well, I
that
guess all
never
the other
gets brought
villains
up.
would have won.
Yeah.
Even the-
But and it is very telling of the other five's characters that they come to this realization all on their own without discussing it, even in spite of the fact that Marvelous, Luca, I guess Doc because of his planet, and Joe because of Sid have lost pretty much everything except for each other.
Hmm.
But they were still willing to turn out the chance to recover those things.
Well, they're
So
smart.
then, Guy just shoots the Triforce.
Yes, he does. Kind of awesome.
Yes. Thanks, guy. Now you have to sail across the whole ocean, get all eight pieces of it, and put it back together.
That's Gokaiger.
Get the stupid maps for it every time with like thousands and thousands of rupees.
Oh, I love Wind Waker, but fuck that part.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Guy! They could have at least sold it for money. I mean, without the ranger keys, there's no danger to it.
This is true.
Well, except the thing is that they needed the keys to get it. Now that they have it, now that it's out, presumably it could be used by anyone.
No. It needed the power of the Ranger keys to actually work.
you have to
But
hold
you
it
still
over the box
need
of keys.
All 199, no, 200 keys if you count guys, I guess.
Usually you just need 3 spirit stones.
Ugh.
I like that we can see everybody's face palms now
Yeah. Instead of them being implied.
It's like 3D.
by the silence.
It's like we're really
It's like-
here.
Right.
It's like the Phantom Menace in 3D. Except for those theaters that are showing it in 2D.
Right.
The smart.
How can you tell?
Yeah, I mean, because, I wanted to see all those trade negotiations in 3D.
I
Oh,
mean, from
yeah.
what I've heard from people who actually have seen it, it doesn't look very 3D.
Well,
Well,
it
It
even
looks
looks
less
like
3D
people
than
were
other
filmed in 2D.
post-processed 3D movies.
Right.
And yet it's probably better than Ghost Rider pissing Hellfire in 3D.
Regardless,
Nothing's better than Nicolas Cage.
As questionable as Guy blowing the thing up is, it's still a good scene for character development on pretty much all 6 characters.
Yes.
See, now it's kind of backwards from what I would have expected of it, which is that Guy being from Earth to be the one to champion the importance of the Super Sentai having existed.
Or just Guy being Guy.
Yeah. Well, I think it
I got
actually does.
less
It
thing.
does.
More
it
than
means-
he's a fanboy.
Yeah. It means more,
Yeah.
I think, if the aliens figure that out first.
Well, yeah, I know, and it really does. I'm just saying, to come into it just taking it at face value, you would think the person from Earth would be the one who would be all about the importance of this and what would happen if they never existed.
At the same time, Guy is watching his planet getting blown up.
Think about it this way, though. Think about it in the other way, though. In a sense, the other Gokaigers have a sort of third-person perspective.
And now they've learned what the value of it all is.
Right, and whereas Guy is sort of in it, and he's seen how the Rangers have, the other Sentai have sacrificed themselves. So he's sort of in the moment with it.
By one of them to just to just use the thing.
Right, but with them being from other planets, I think they were more objective in the sense to say, no, I don't think you realize how important it is that you have the Super Sentai.
And he's also emotional because again he's watching his home be torn apart. It'll be everybody on it will be killed. Everybody he's ever known or could know in a matter of a couple of hours.
Right.
And also just from the whole dramatic sense of storytelling, that's how these characters. If the Gokaigers were for using and Guy was against using it, that's how they've acted throughout the whole series.
Yes.
There's no dramatic element to that if they're behaving exactly as they always have. If they didn't change how they behave, there'd be no importance to the scene.
Yeah.
But instead they've evolved as characters and essentially evolved into a legitimate Super Sentai now.
Exactly. They just assumed they were. That's why Aqua Ranger came for them last. Sure, we'll put you in front. You can be our meat shield.
Just bring them in anyway. Maybe we can use them as targets.
Yeah, that's why they put them in front so they can use them as meat shields.
Okay, we're putting you on point. Absorb the brunt of the attack so the rest of us can do the work.
Wouldn't the Gokaigers be better at that?
That's exactly why they put him in front.
They did.
No, they probably just
charge.
end up blowing the tower up again.
Now, Blue would probably be all for putting everybody else out in front. The hero.
Would that be like a deal where they're all standing in line? It's okay. We need someone to volunteer to be in the front, and everybody but the Gokaigers takes a step back and oh, thank you.
No, everyone. No, everyone except for the non-blue Gokaigers step back.
You wouldn't have to work that hard. Aries' ears could shield half the front fucking row.
And, Alana would be able to see out very far because of his neck. He'd be the spotter.
Unfortunately, he's also 12 years old, so he has a very long neck, but he's very short.
And Augury has and Augury would be able to hear anything.
Who?
No, Pink.
Airy.
Airy.
I'm the one who doesn't
It's
matter.
good that you're forgetting their names. That's a good sign.
You're getting
recovering.
better.
Well, it's Gokaiger. What do you expect? Anyway.
Back to good things.
Yes.
So they show up and decide to attack Zangak.
Yeah. As Dyrando is marching on the helpless citizens. And before they transform, they do a very cool thing, I think.
Cool thing?
Which is the other main four repeat their lines from the first episode.
Yes.
While Marvelous modifies his just slightly.
So it's kind of like the Gokaiger crossover thing from a few episodes ago.
Gokaiger crossover thing.
Where the backstory of how they ended up in the movie.
And except that now they're doing it, making it extra showy because they're in the past.
Yeah, no, well, no, it's more like in the first episode he said that's what being a pirate is all about. While here that's what being a Super Sentai is all about.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
Well, I mean, I thought that was...
attack has commenced.
Well, I think that... just not to harp on that point, but I thought that was a really important point because I thought that, during the course of this whole series, it's all been about, them being pirates. It's like pirates first and then, oh yeah, we're sort of a Sentai, whatever. And they've finally come to that point where now they've accepted that they are the 35th Sentai team. They're not just pirates. They keep that pirate element, but the fact that they've accepted being Super Sentai, I think, is a huge moment for them. I think it's sort of the thing that
Well,
brings
no,
it all
it's
together.
less that they were finally accepting it. It's more that Marvelous was finally willing to admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
but I mean, but same. I mean, that's
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Well, I mean, what Marvelous says goes, and so if he says it, then it goes for the entire team.
Because he was coming up with weaker and weaker excuses for
Excuses.
why actually
Up until the
fighting
Mega,
men-
up until the Mega
They-
Ranger episode where he just stopped trying.
So continue.
Okay, so attack has commenced. Guy goes and gives the Dragon Ranger shield to Marvelous.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Yes.
Very nice.
And
Then they head off to hand Dyrando his ass.
end of episode.
Yes.
All right, ass handing. Wait, what?
Wait till the next episode.
Well, I think it's time for
Ken
the
goes
next
to load it
episode.
up again.
Yes.
So, the final episode of Gokaiger.
Well, we still get
Yeah.
3 more movies.
Not the same, though.
Yeah, because Toku movies are usually terrible.
Well, I mean, the Gavin movie looks. The way the Gavin movie looks, it looks less like a Sentai Versus movie and more like a Gokaiger movie that happens to have Gavin in it.
Oh,
I don't think-
okay.
Remember, the Gokaigers exist to dick with our expectations. So their movies could actually be good.
And apparently the summer movie is good.
It's
Fuck the
decent.
same, but good.
It's decent. I mean, it's just kind of basically filler, but it's worth a watch.
Plus, it has an evil
The problem with
Gokaiger.
Toku movies is that they always feel like they're about half an hour too long. Like, they don't know
Well,
how
I
to
don't
tell a
think that-
story that long and keep
How
it
is a summer
interesting.
movie half an hour too long? It's
No,
barely
it's
half
half an hour. No, it's
I was
the
gonna
30
say,
minutes
that's
exactly.
That can't be the case with the Ghost Ship movie, because otherwise there wouldn't be
It would.
anything to it. Now, if you took that attitude, why is Paladin zooming more and more in as we progress through the show?
Closer.
All right, now that we've reset, let's watch it progress back in over the next hour.
Ugh, crap. Somehow I knew Shiden wouldn't be the biggest train wreck part of the show.
Oh, we're not there yet.
That remains to be seen. Okay, so what were we talking about?
Final.
Gokaiger.
Gokaiger
Next
51?
episode. Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, this is the showstopper.
So someone go with it.
Make it
I
extra
just-
showy.
Somebody.
This is what superhero time is
Doing
really
this live
like.
here, people.
Well, we're trying to give them the genuine experience of it.
Oh, those poor bastards.
Okay,
yeah,
then,
stuff
I'll
happened.
do it. Jesus.
All right.
Okay, so picking where we left off, the crew are attacking Dyrando, and they start off with a final wave that makes the Gokaiger symbol, and we
Yes.
don't get a theme song.
Yet.
Well, isn't that traditional for final episodes?
Possibly? I don't
Sometimes not.
A lot of the time, though.
It's effective in
Wait,
this.
sorry, it wasn't a final wave, it was just a regular sword slash. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's not really important.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of those in here.
Lot.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
they quickly get their ass beat by Dyrando.
Yes, they do.
Like, Dyrando doesn't even try.
Well,
Well,
it doesn't help that ships are shooting at them in the process.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Luckily,
I wonder what they're
Use
going to
that
do.
huge hammer of his.
yes.
But it's okay, because there's another Gokaiger out there who can come save the day.
The best Gokaiger of all. Navi.
With Bosco's ship.
In the red Joker.
Free
Free
Joker.
Free Joker, yes. Free
Red
Joker.
Free Joker.
Navi stole Bosco's ship. and is
Yeah.
attacking
Well, it's not like
No,
it's-
found
Elf.
it.
Found it.
That's like salvage.
Found.
You know.
Yeah, she can't steal it. He's
It's
dead.
the pirate kind of found. We
Well,
killed him.
he's dead.
Flew to-
It's not theft then.
Right.
I'm amazed she can actually fly the damn
that
thing.
to his child.
If you kill somebody and then take their stuff, it's still theft.
Yeah.
Says who?
It's laws.
No, I'm pretty sure Navi isn't the one who killed Bosco.
Regardless, Navi's in a battleship attacking the Zangate fleet by herself because she's awesome.
Yes. Well, she had to have something to do now that she wasn't the door anymore.
And since they blew up the treasure, she doesn't have anything else to guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of that, did anyone else catch Lone Gamer's tweet about Navi's name?
Yes, I did actually.
And I think that was in somebody's translation notes also.
Probably TV Nihon's. Maybe. Because I don't think it was on.
So for the rest of us,
basically,
Okay, so Marvelous calls Navi bird all the time, right?
mm-hmm.
yeah.
The Japanese word is
Tori. Tori with two
But,
eyes,
like
Japanese
Japanese-
means gate.
Yeah, depending how you spell it, it means gate or bird.
So
But they sound the
basically,
same when spoken.
Navi being the gate to the ultimate treasure was probably the intent the entire time.
Well, yeah.
So she's been called a door the entire show.
This is considering the fact that Arakawa has said he didn't know what the ultimate treasure was at the beginning of the show.
He knew how they would get there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they-
unlike
you know,
O's.
He always knew where the door was. He just didn't know what it would lead to.
Yes. It is some nice
The
forethought.
wordplay
though.
puns in Japanese are astounding. They're so much better than what we have in English.
English sucks.
Even if they give the
Yeah.
translators a heart attack.
I know I've got
Well, only some of them.
I've got a friend that speaks Japanese and lives in Japan, and I've told her it's like, okay, I'm gonna have you watch this so you can like explain the translation stuff, just for that bit. She said no.
But yeah,
So Marvel
Navi's
decides what they're gonna
attacking
do.
the-
And he takes Guy with him aboard the Free Joker for some reason.
Well, it's
Well,
like taking the
Who's
Ghost
writing it?
It's like taking the
But-
Ghost Agers and putting them in front of the Sentai army in the Legend War.
All right,
Well,
guy,
and-
you stand out there.
In
I'll
this
be
case,
back here.
Well, in this case, I understand it because everybody else has pretty much reached their kind of personal story climax, more or less. Guy saving the Earth is pretty much his.
Oh, you mean
Also
Guy
makes
wasn't in
sense
the climax?
because-
He's the one writing the series. So of course he's going to go up there to beat the fight attack the final boss.
Well, it's going to be dangerous, and he doesn't want to risk anybody else's lives, so he takes the guy that's already dead.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
does kind of use Guy as a distraction.
As a shield.
Well, Guy's good at that.
He is.
He's got
Can
a-
can we develop a
great
hand wave
arm.
so that we can tell Mickey that his video is or audio is garbling?
But that's half the fun.
Ah, yeah. Not if you're the producer, okay?
You're just doing
Don't
pipe
fun for us.
That.
While Marvelous and Guy go up there, Joe and the others stay back to kick Dyrano's ass, and Joe gets a nice line in too.
Which was.
Hmm?
And the line was.
Oh, a slight twist on the "Let's make a show of it."
This is the final, so let's make an extra show of it. Extra show, whatever.
Well, no, it's like I mean, it's basically the same meaning, but he uses ikuzo instead of ikuze, and that does change it just slightly.
Riveting, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
That's fascinating.
Marvelous, Navi, and Guy
Excuse me, sorry.
ram the Free Joker into the horse ship. And,
And
Marvelous throws Navi out the window.
Get to somewhere get to somewhere safe. Toss.
Shucks.
Oh, poor Navi, abused till the end.
So they manage to succeed in crashing the ship into the horse, and they hop out of the ship into the sewers of Tokyo. It looks like somehow. Apparently, the ship has like concrete basements in it.
Amazing how the inside of the Gigant horse looks a lot like the inside of the Gokai Galleon.
And just like the inside of the path from from that restaurant to the Sun Vulcan headquarters.
Also, a lot like the inside of the Deca base at the end of Deca Ranger.
Now, it's
It
important
makes
though. While
sense
they're down
the
here,
galleon- It makes sense that the
It's
galleon and the Zangak ship look the same. They were probably built at the same shipyard.
Maybe.
but while they're down here, it's important to note the note the leakage of oxygen.
Yes.
There's signs everywhere that you're supposed to note that. So there's
Oh.
oxygen leaking here.
Well,
It's very important that we know that.
okay.
Because most of the the leakage of oxygen. Okay, yeah, so there is. And
There's
of course
like 4
the entire
signs in this hallway for that.
yeah the entire ship is manned by robots also.
Okay, so anyway,
Yeah.
So Guy and Marvelous storm the bridge, and Actos holds them off without even getting out of his fucking chair.
Yeah, that was kind of impressive. He spends like a quarter of the fight on the bridge just sitting down. Because they come in, they destroy everything, and he just sits his ass back down.
The robots in disguise Megatron combat strategy.
Yeah, he's like, this bridge will soon become your tomb. I'm just gonna sit my ass right here. Come on.
Kind of a fun play in the whole that the Emperor sits on his throne the whole series, never fights. Well,
Yeah,
he sits on his throne and fights.
because Guy and Marvelous just cannot get a single freaking hit on him there.
He's still waiting for his coffee. They haven't told him Insarn's dead.
I mean, the choreography in this episode in particular is just,
of course, it's a showstopper.
of course.
And it has to be extra showy.
Yeah, you can't have the best Sentai series go out on the worst episode.
Sorry.
What'd you say, Paladin? Admittedly, it doesn't work when we have video, but
So, while Guy acts as a human meat shield, Marvelous uses his impressive knowledge of L cars to turn the Gigant Horse into a Death Blossom.
okay. Now, see, that was pretty marvelous. I mean,
It
he
was.
just got to go and beat on Actos in his chair while he goes and sits at the gunner position and shoots the whole rest of the fleet down.
But see, the thing is also, it does show that Marvelous does trust Guy a fair amount because he just doesn't even pay any mind to it.
He trusts Guy to just stay alive long enough to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he trusts him at least to do that.
All right,
He
guys,
knows
here's the
Guy
plan.
has the
You
6
go.
Ranger armor.
And he just kind of casually sits up after he does the Death Blossom. It's like, okay, we can fight now.
And from what we've seen of the Emperor and his subordinates in the past, it's totally believable he'd have a button of kill everything somewhere on the ship.
Yeah.
Mhm. But no, that was a fantastic way to do away with the whole Zangak fleet.
It really was. And
Pushed it by their own petard.
Yeah, and I think they've mentioned in the past that the Gigant Horse is really, really dangerous. We just never really seen why.
Until now.
Yeah.
Of course, it's only dangerous to its own fleet.
Yeah, but imagine setting that thing down in the middle of the city.
Well, no, but see, that's kind of what I'm saying, though. The Gigant Horse is really dangerous, but not unless you're a Zangak ship. That's why we've never seen how dangerous it was before. There weren't enough Zangak ships around it. You
Oh,
see,
the irony.
Waltz actually designed its weapon systems. I miss Walsgill.
Ah, yes.
So this is going on up in the ship. The crew back down on Earth is going into super mode.
No, first they use the
Oh,
extra
sorry.
Ranger keys to try to
Go
pick it up.
into Extra Rangers mode.
Yeah,
I've spoiled the whole episode. Damn it. Gokaiger's
yeah, I didn't hear what you
Okay,
said.
But anyway,
Female
even-
Shinken Red, Zuban, Magi Mother, and Deca Master.
Master.
Right, they're doing the oddball Rangers right now. That's what those are doing.
Yes.
and they did the best thing in this fight, too, which was have Doc as Zuban transform, scream out in pain, and then have Joe as Deca Master double sword with it. them.
Yes.
Now he understands how all those
And
riders
then
wind
Dog
up
actually
escape.
transforming back.
I bet
yeah.
that tickles a bit.
That's one of the greatest things about Gokaiger as an anniversary series. Would you have ever thought that you would see Decamaster wielding Zuban in sword form?
Well, now see, if Deca Ranger and Bokanger had been back-to-back series, then yeah, I would expect to see that. But since they had the year between them, there was no other way to do it. Okay, what happened to Ken?
Hi, Ken.
Oh,
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, interruption.
Oh, it must be Wilderness Girls selling cookies.
No cookies. No cookies.
Mormons?
Watchtower.
Okay,
Okay,
back-
All
yes.
right.
so back to Final Form Ride Zuban.
Yes, Rising Strike out of costume with blue charge, finally. And that's the end of Dyrando.
Oh, now we can't hear Ken.
Ken,
You're
you're
on mute.
Sorry. At first I was like, how'd they do that with only 4 keys until I realized they shoved all the extra Ranger keys into it.
Just grabbed handfuls of keys and shoved them everywhere all over it.
Well, that's the beauty of having 199 Ranger keys in a box.
You never run out.
Yeah.
Well, not till no, we'll get to that. Meanwhile, back on the bridge.
Meanwhile, back on the bridge, everyone's taking damage from Star Trek sparks from the consoles, which are
And then
deadly.
they shoot them.
Yeah, so they get the Emperor up against the window, and they blow up the console and knocking him out the window and blowing up the ship.
Actually,
No, they knock him back and Guy stabs him.
Repeatedly.
Yes.
yeah, and then they do a final wave when they throw him back towards the main console, and then blow up the bridge and the Gigantorse.
Well, they make it crash anyway.
Yeah. Crashy and big boom.
Crash that actually destroyed it.
Goes down in flames, just like this show.
They hit the self-destruct, and then somewhere
like my
Kirk
memory.
and the rest of the crew was watching as it crashed. Oh no, sorry, that was a different movie.
But yeah, go say Red finally
Oh,
proves
well,
useful.
what happened with the Gigant Horse is they let Troy drive? As you
Yeah, but go say Red finally proves useful for the first and last time.
No, I don't believe it. I mean,
They
it
could have used
Dude.
someone else.
didn't have to be.
Yeah.
It would have been Red Hawk.
It was nice to see go on double one last time though.
Yeah,
They need a figure art of that too.
They really do.
yeah.
Maybe when they get the Go On Your Body produced.
That's what I'm thinking. Once they get the go on your body,
God, I hope they
That'll
don't
be
make
Tom
those.
Because, like,
you say one thing, but your face is something else entirely.
But it's going to be expensive.
But Decade introduced Kamen Rider Abyss into the Ryuki world, but it took until getting Ryuki body figure arts to actually have that even come up as a show
Yeah.
display.
So once we get the go on your body, we can have anywhere from 8 to 9 go on your figure arts, because they could always make, say, female go on black
Yeah, they could.
if they just felt like it.
They won't
So
because
it's $40
Japan.
a pop for the men, and then 80 a pop for the women's.
No. By the time they make Go Under figure arts, it'll be 45 a pop.
And,
100.
female Go On Black would probably be an event exclusive because it's so...
Yeah, so niche.
So, yeah.
Play like
Could they do
It's not my car, maybe.
Could they do a 2-pack with female black and green?
No.
You know, I was thinking of something. When they had the choice to use the greatest treasure and to burn up all the Rangers, I thought, I bet that would mean all those guys' figure arts would disappear, but they wouldn't get a refund.
all the Power Rangers toys ever would disappear.
They would just vanish. But no refund, you know.
So
Yeah.
that's what happened to the 2010 Dragon Zord.
I like how they meet up and they're like, "Oh, good, he's dead and buried." Marvelous doesn't even turn around. He's like, "No."
No.
We're only halfway through the episode.
Yes, we're only
Still plenty of time to make a show of it.
We're only
Yeah,
12
We're
minutes
just
in.
back
We've got
from
a
the
lot
first.
of time.
We're just back from the midway commercial break.
One important lesson to learn about Actos here: he could have probably taken the entire planet single-handedly because he is a freaking tank.
Well, he's not the Emperor for no reason.
Apparently.
Tank is a good description because he can take a lot of damage, but he certainly doesn't deal any out.
Yeah.
I get a chance to.
Well, that's true.
Oh,
They, go
his
through
game
about,
sucks.
they do go through about 100 Gokai changes in the course of about 30 seconds.
It's just...
Well, they go through 35 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
spam, 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 and
yeah,
spam.
this is a nice showing of just why the Gokaijus are supremely overpowered.
And they don't even need the Ranger Key powers. They're that powerful just by themselves, too.
No,
But when
but
they
they-
coordinate the Ranger Key powers into a strategic attack, they're
Yeah.
damn near unstoppable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they make a nice speech, they transform, and they have a nice helmetless roll call.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Another
Also,
tradition for the final episode.
It
Yes.
also
Yeah.
shows that Guy's actor does not fit into that silver costume at all.
Not in the slightest
That was swimming around him.
bit. Yeah.
Well,
But he
maybe
does
he should
the
eat some
pose
damn
perfectly.
sandwiches.
Well, Marvelous' actor actually looks a little, like it's kind of tight on him.
He's probably wearing the jacket underneath.
But yes,
What's left of
coordinated
it, anyway.
Coordinate Gokai changes. And when they started this out, I thought they were just going to go, because they start off going in order of the first five. Go Ranger
Yeah.
to Dingy Man. I thought that's what they were going to do. And then they do something a lot more awesome than that.
Then they go to Bokanger.
And Die Ranger. And they just combine everything that could possibly have in common between teams.
Yes.
It's a pretty amazing final fight.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really... Well, I mean, you know, we say this almost every week about Gokaiger, but the fight choreography in it is just spectacular.
It's like having like Dinah Black and Yellow Mask combining two attacks that are were made several years apart, but create multiple forms. So they just throw them at them at once. Combine two ninja teams. Combine all three car teams.
Mm-hmm.
Combine two guys with giant guns.
Combine the
Two girls with giant guns, whatever.
Mega Ranger and Go-Go 5. Combine the V mode brace with the Battle Ranger.
and
I never would have. I
yeah.
mean, that seems so obvious, but I didn't even think about it until they did it.
Yeah,
course,
Guy did a
Christopher
really
Plummer.
good job writing that final battle.
Yes, he did. And of course, you get both the Pterodactyl Rangers.
Yeah. Which is almost as good as the time Blue and Guy went out and transformed into Aba Ranger and Jew Ranger then.
Except this time it was on purpose.
It's also kind of sad in a way because it shows how few original ideas there are in Sentai because they keep reusing them over and over again.
I'm glad you said that. Because it's what I was thinking.
To be fair, Turbo Ranger was like 8 years before Car Ranger, and then there was like a over 10-year gap between Car Ranger and Go Ranger.
You get cars,
I mean,
dinosaurs, samurais, and ninjas, and that pretty much covers about 80 to 90% of the series.
Yeah, it does, but it's
Dynaman is still the only one whose power is based in explosions.
yeah,
Unless you count RPM.
yeah.
We
But
should
it's
always count RPM.
Yes.
It was still very nice, and there were a couple of nice Red Ranger, Sixth Ranger combinations with Ginga Red and Black Knight and O-Red and King Ranger.
Yeah. Yeah, those really went over. I especially like Ginga Red and Black Knight because they both used the fire attack.
Yeah, which is, of course, reference to the fact that Hugo was originally, like Mike in Lost Galaxy, supposed to be
Yeah, the brother.
Red Ranger.
And they both had the fire attack anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're both in the same show.
Right.
Hell,
Yeah.
duh.
It just really it really worked out how they paired up this stuff. It was really impressive to watch, even though it was hard to keep up a little bit.
But the best part was what got spoiled earlier,
Yeah.
where they
How the
we
hell-
were wondering like weeks ago, like the superpowers are the only thing they didn't do, but they've only done them in 5 shows or so. Guess
No,
what?
they've done them in more.
Well,
Guess what? They could have them all along.
Yes,
I mean,
apparently.
they had
You
them
just
in.
have to buy the Legend Moby rates to get the sound effects for it.
yes.
Oh, well.
Well, regardless, there's not many shows, and most of them are from the past 10 years.
Well, let's
So-
see. They start. The first one was in
Fort Mac, not
Mega
important.
Ranger.
Not
Fort Mac.
important. Regardless, not important.
Ride this way away from the cliff.
So we get
Fort Max, pay no, don't mind the song.
we get what was it? Super Gosei Blue, SWAT Deca Green, Super Geki Yellow,
Lucky Drug, go say something.
Super Magi Pink.
Pink.
Thinking Red with Shark Sword.
yes, Hyper Shinken Red, and this kind of stood out because you notice that Ghost Ager still plays second fiddle, even though it was the last series. They're still kind of Shinkenger.
Well, they know. They
Yeah.
know.
But Shinkenger is still more important to them than the series that directly preceded them. It's like the complete opposite of Decade,
Yeah.
where
Well,
Kiva
it's
got
punishment.
preferential treatment.
It's punishment for killing Tom Servo and Crow to get their super armor.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't Black get better treatment?
Regardless, well, no, Kiva kind of got preferential treatment because Wataru was actually in the show. He was in the beginning. He was end to end. He was in the last movie. Kiva was the first world they visited after Kuga to bring Yusuke in as a regular cast member. Kiva, along with Hibiki, came back towards the end. It's like Kiva was sort of all over the place at the beginning and end.
But again, it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. But regardless, also,
They even have the superpowers that they never used before.
yeah, Hyper Shinken Red is also the most Red Ranger, probably.
Yeah.
That he could have chosen for a super form.
Without an Aka Red key, yeah.
Yeah.
He finally figured out how to wear his coat and be a ranger.
I have to use this key more often.
I didn't think about it like that. That is perfect.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well, too.
Yeah.
So, but even the superpowers aren't enough to defeat Actos. So, what do they have left?
Big boat gun.
Nope.
That's
before
right.
that.
First, they do a new final wave.
Guys shooting slash. Combination of Guys shooting star and the Gokai slash.
To form the explosive Gokaiger logo that stabs you 5 times.
Basically, it is the Gokaiger equivalent of the Love Tenkyoken from G Gundam.
Yeah, actually.
Instead of a giant heart, it's a giant symbol.
Well, except that the Love Tenkyoken wasn't a giant heart, it was the giant king of hearts.
Yeah, but it still left a heart in the Devil Gundam.
Well, that was just a coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence, sure.
See, this part matters. The other things that Fort Max were trying to talk about were the ones that were unimportant.
Right. Gundam.
I'm sorry, were you talking about Gundam? I
Yes.
wasn't
yes.
listening.
But he's still not dead.
No, it's not.
So,
Now
boat
that
gun
they're-
now, finally?
So now it's time for the writer to
Gun.
take care of it.
Special charge with the new show-stopping wave.
Yeah, how did he
do that. And,
And let's aim it at his junk to fire. Point blank.
Oh, that's
Oh.
why he was.
well,
he was
that's
making
the weak
those
point. The weak point is always the junk.
sounds. Yeah. I don't mind Guy getting that shot because, again, it's his planet.
Uh-huh.
And it's his series.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, he wrote that scene really well. I mean, Okay, and
goes
then I control the gun.
And then they fall back down in the dirt, and Navi finally catches up with them.
What are you
Like,
kidding?
point out the
Navi was just hovering overhead. She wasn't getting in the middle of that crap.
Navi was
She
a
is
backup in
smart
case things got bad.
Yeah, see, Navi didn't want to make them look bad. If she'd come down there, the fight would have been over in just a couple seconds.
It's true.
Now, if Marvelous had had Navi with him, he could have locked on and targeted the boss's weak point.
Oh.
No.
Lock onto that junk and fire.
I'll be at Octos.
Navi wave.
No, get somewhere
There you
safe.
go.
That could have been an interesting way to end it.
There should be a
Giant-
Navi key.
Giant energized Navi. Oh God, I know what that reminds me of, but I'm not going to mention.
No, you should fire her out in car form.
Oh,
You bet the
no.
go-under attack with Navi coming out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was the Sosuke charge.
Oh,
Speaking of special charge.
What?
Speaking of special charge.
Samurai?
All right. Anyway, several months later, according to the caption here.
Yes,
Now,
Marvelous
first
finally got
obvious,
his
like, now
damn furry.
she's wondering if they're dead or not.
That's not several months later, but
But
Marvelous.
first, they're at the new snack safari.
Yes, Marvelous finally got his curry. Several plates of it.
Apparently, it was worth waiting for.
Apparently.
Now, if they would just open that place the next week, they probably could have avoided the entire series. They would have had his curry. They
Well,
would have
no,
gone
they
on
weren't,
about their business.
Because remember, who runs the place?
I don't remember.
the guy from
that.
Sun Vulcan with the glasses.
It's the cover. It's the cover for the entrance to the Sun Vulcan's base.
Well, yes.
Okay. It's been over a year. I don't remember that detail.
Anyway,
We should watch Sun Vulcan at some point.
again,
We did before, remember? Vol Secretary?
he wasn't here.
Weren't
I wasn't
you
here?
here?
No, I think
Wasn't
he was
that
off
your
that week.
idea?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
because he wasn't here and Fort Max did the summary.
Oh.
That's why you don't remember it.
Anyway.
All right.
So they make plans to leave, probably like 5 days after this.
They
and
decide
they-
to go find the second most valuable treasure in the universe.
I love that.
and Luca's like, what is that? He's like, I don't know.
Let's go find the second most valuable.
What's that?
And which probably means let's just go trash their home planet.
Yeah. They haven't killed every last dang soldier yet, so.
Yeah, the space newspaper mentioned that with Actos and most of the fleet
No, the
destroyed.
Space Sports Times.
Well, whatever. The space newspaper said that the Zangak Empire is kind of collapsing now.
Yeah.
The second most valuable treasure only requires 33 ultimate powers to work.
And then they meet with the same school kids from the very first episode.
And their teachers.
Who again tried to thank them for what they did.
And
And
Guy
again-
and Guy nearly freaks out because someone wants his autograph.
He ends up having to save that for later, though.
Yeah.
Because they just shrug it off. The Zangak just got in their way. That's all.
Well, but it's that same shrug off from that first episode because after they
Yeah. It was the same thing all over again,
Yeah.
except with Guy.
Yeah.
Guy went back and retroactively self-inserted himself in the first episode.
right. He was really sad that he wasn't in that first episode, so he went and wrote himself in. I'll be there and really excited to get an autograph, and then I'll say whatever, and then I'll walk off. It'll be great. And then I'm gonna go live in space. The end.
But
I come
then,
back for Christmas.
yeah,
And summer. And winter. And fall. And my birthday.
Yep, but there is the question of what they do with the Ranger keys now.
Eat them!
Sell them.
Keep their power their own.
They put them on
No,
eBay.
they actually do the.
I think, well, eating them's a bad idea. After 5 plates of curry, Marvelous is going to have enough digestive problems.
Yeah, can you imagine trying to keep down Gokaiger?
Ooh, that's a good point. Although, it would pass straight through you, though.
It would, but it'd be there for days. The results.
That is some kind of shit right there.
Yes, it is.
Much
So
like
Marvel
this show.
holds up the treasure chest and sends the keys back to where they belong.
Yes, they actually do the right thing.
Yay!
It's really awesome, if incredibly bittersweet homage of everybody getting their keys back.
Yep.
And then there's a ghostly image of Akared on the front of the galleon.
might not even be the ghostly image.
It's not the ghostly image because Akared is a spiritual embodiment to start with.
Yeah, he was.
Marvel's is just
first,
hallucinating from all the curry.
So basically, Akared was a dick. He was there the whole time. He just.
Well, he probably
Bosco
was.
was right.
He'll just be back 5 years from now with a new belt buckle.
And a new phone book.
Yep.
But no, I mean, Akared couldn't have died in the first place. He just was not needed anymore.
Yeah. So he basically just left it to 6 guys that had the same powers as him, effectively.
No, just one guy who was a really good writer.
Guy
Well, and
something.
pending any other backstory that explains the origin of the power, I would still assume that Akared designed the Moby Rates and all the gear to emulate his own power.
That's what I figure, and he basically became what was necessary to combat the Zangek, which was a group of pirates to this vast empire.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the only other thing would be to become like some weird rebel alliance, but
Yeah, but
Unbelievable.
as a small group, what is more of a rebellious opposite to an organized empire than pirates?
Or Ewoks.
software
Well,
pirates.
So he
Pirate
looked at
Ewoks.
it and realized that pirates sell, and so he did pirates.
What we're saying
Yeah,
is
probably
Akared
they're
is basically
just
secretly
so,
the
why
CEO
not?
Die.
Right.
I mean, if this was like if this was when Jurassic Park was a big thing, he would have gone with dinosaurs.
Right.
Exactly. Well, when did Zoo Ranger come out? Right before Jurassic Park. What does that
Yeah.
tell you?
Right after.
No, well, Jurassic Park was
1982.
93, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, okay. No, it came out during. Jurassic Park came out during Zoo Ranger.
It was all just a symptom of dinosaurs being really popular in general then.
Yeah.
And
They were
Guy
just-
finishes another volume of his Super Sentai Encyclopedia with himself.
Yeah,
Oh,
but they
okay.
Let the self-insertion be complete.
So to be honest, if he's writing it, he's probably an entire volume by himself.
yeah. But the cameos we get at the end are nice.
Yeah,
Did
I mean,
we
let's see. You got Sun Vulcan 2. Well, you got, let's see. Yeah,
Bull
Bull
Eagle
Eagle 2. You got,
Tenma Ranger and Karen Ranger.
you got 5 Yellow.
Mhm.
Magic
Gold and
Pink.
silver.
Go Green from Go 5.
Yeah.
V.
B.
Thank you. I was waiting.
Decamaster and Signal Man together. I don't know how the hell that works, and I don't really care that much.
They're both
'Cause it's
police
awesome.
officers.
Hey, Signal Man. It's okay. It's cool.
It's all the explanation you need.
Well, and you have to think too. It's even worse than what happened to Gosei Knight because Signal Man could not even exist until his Ranger key was
Either
set
that or
free.
he was just stuck in that box of his.
Yeah. So it's nice to actually see him with legs.
Yeah, he was probably just stuck in that Koban box.
I like how it reaffirms that the Go on Wings are fucking rich.
Yeah.
Way over his crest.
It's like getting out of a
Yeah,
car
there's
made
that.
of diamond. Panda skin interior.
Oh, I love some wings. What little I've seen
And
of them.
then you got then
Mammoth
Hugh
Ranger.
Mammoth again, and then finally,
Best for
Aqua Ranger.
last.
Aka Ranger.
Yeah.
Making that mistake, but yeah. Aka Ranger, as it should fittingly end on.
How
Man,
old
so
is the
often
guy
he
who
more
plays
of a
Aka Ranger?
Yeah. Oh, how old is he?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Probably about 40 or so.
Pretty damn old.
But you know,
Yeah, he
this
looks that.
40 or
This-
so.
where Gokaiger, like, one of the things that bothered me about Let's Go Kamen Riders was that you never got to see ever at any point Hongo and Ichibanji out of the suits. But you do get to see him walking off, transforming into Gokaiger into the sunset, basically.
And he's the last cameo they do.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And of course,
they did him before this.
Yeah. Well, we saw him briefly in the movie, but it was really brief.
But I think showing him right here has more emotional impact to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a smart move.
Yes.
Right.
And all I had to do was get him for like 2 minutes. To do the film.
Okay, we're gonna have you stand on this building.
And then you're gonna walk this way, and we're gonna fade off of you.
Right.
Here's this awesome leather coat.
Oh, and then you have to say this line. We'll put it on a note card. All right, we'll put it on a card off camera.
Okay, we'll just dub it in later.
All right,
Nobody will know the difference.
Dear God, are you
Yeah,
William
flip,
Hartnell?
flip.
What the hell?
You know,
I can't remember my line.
the ones we see before him are Doggy and Signalman, and it is also kind of fitting that they proceeded directly because Kruger was one of the first people that Marvelous had to actually convince, like firsthand, that yeah, we can do this. Because like Magi Red was just testing them, but Kruger was the one that they actually had to convince. So it is also fitting
handcuffed.
that regard. Plus, Deca Ranger was Arakawa's, and of course he's going to show up.
Yeah.
And then the final note for the episode, the handoff.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I like that. It's
Instead of a hand slap, Marvelous tries to punch him.
yeah, actually, that was familiar because he does that to Joe in the Ghost Ship movie. Actually, at one point, they both do
Does
it.
it say go shit?
Ghost Ship.
Ship.
Yeah, they both do it at points they traded off in the Ghost Ship movie. So that actually stood out as something he actually has done before.
Okay.
And that's the end of Gokaiger.
All right, then. Let's drive it now.
Yeah, next week it's Go Busters if somebody subtitles it.
Well, TV
For
Neon
someone.
will. It'll just take a week for every episode. Or,
Ugh. Yeah, overtime is still
Takes a lot of time to
undecided
translate that
official.
much.
Well, let's just hope it's awesome so that that way they'll sub it and we'll have it, within reasonable amounts of time.
I hope so.
If not, I honestly think that because of the time that TV Nihon tends to take, if overtime doesn't pick it up, somebody's going to.
Fort
With
Mac,
all-
any of your people gonna do it?
Magenta's mentioned that he's most likely going to be subbing it.
So Acer will
Hooray.
probably do it regardless. Well, let's see, that's not bad. Their Fourze subs aren't bad. I just kind of preferred some of the preferences in overtimes.
As long as
Some-
somebody does it, though.
Someone will take the opportunity to get their foot in the door and sub this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say.
Especially if overtime doesn't.
Yeah, because Acer's been picking up on its own here lately, since it actually has been keeping up with Fourze, and it's doing Smile Pretty Cure, and then that just leaves Go Busters for that block.
Blah, blah, pretty cure.
Well, it's all in the same block, so
Blah, blah, blah.
blah blah block.
Block, pretty cure.
Well, no, I think it's blah, blah, pretty cure, block, Digimon.
Okay.
Oh fuck Digimon
Because
right
it
now.
definitely wants to block out Digimon.
I want to block out Hunters.
Well, anyway, I think it's time for a break before we go to power playback.
Yeah, time to
Yes.
get some booze.
That's what we want
I'm
on
not
camera.
joking.
Oh,
Grab
Yeah.
the stimulant.
Hooray!
All right.
Okay, are we out?
当のパワー無限の力が今ジェットガルーダと完全合体。装着テトラフォーメーション。第三のロボテトラボーイ。
Come here, kid. Have I got a cool toy for you? Check out the Morphin Zeo Sword. It's a Zeo Ranger that morphs into an awesome animal Zord. You got a bird, a sphinx, and of course the bull. With the Morphin Zeo Zord, what you see is only half of what you get. A worthy opponent.
Bandai. Action, satisfaction.
Look for some cool alien fighting action in the new Zeo Ranger CD-ROM game.
Aufgepasst, Motomorph Rangers! Angriff der Aliens! Mit dem Chip aktivierst du den Verteidigungsmodus und verwandelst sie in coole Helden! Mit den Motomorph-Figuren schlägst du alle Gegner in die Flucht! Power Rangers Motomorph-Figuren, nur echt von Bandai!
When even Megazord isn't powerful enough, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers summon Dragon Zord and Titanus, the motorized carrier Zord. They morph with Megazord to form the ultimate battle machine, Ultra Zord.
Say, who's watching where we're going? Huh? Not me, I'm not. Uh-oh!
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, too hot to handle.
新たなるヒーローの伝説。マルダイ仮面ライダーオーズフィッシュソーセージ。さあ始めよう。マルダイオリジナルのガンバライドカードで君もバトルゾーンへ。マルダイ仮面ライダーオーズフィッシュソーセージ、そしてウィンナー。
And wieners. So, for Power Playback this week, a long time ago, Paladin said, hey, why don't we do Shin Kamen Rider? And now this week, we all hate Paladin deeply.
Damn it, Paladin!
Yeah. You know I will pay for
Stuff
this.
actually happened in this.
Well,
like,
I mean, it's no
did it?
armor, bro, but at the same time, it's Shin Kamen Rider.
Right.
Yeah.
Has boobies.
So, okay. After Black RX, somebody
Kamen
decided,
Rider was...
hey, let's revive the Kamen Rider franchise for an adult audience, or more adult audience.
Well, it was going to be their 20th anniversary, so they wanted to do something for it.
No. Zedo was the anniversary. 2 years late.
They aimed it at a 13-year-old audience that wants blood and boobs, basically.
And it was a direct-to-video release.
Because they didn't get a theater release.
Intended as the pilot for
a new series, yeah.
Shin is the grim, dark reboot of Kamen Rider.
Yes.
The 90s, folks!
Grim and gritty for the 90s, just like comics.
Yep.
Okay, so since this was Paladin's idea, he gets stuck with it.
I expected that this time.
Yeah.
I imagine you did.
That's why I have notes.
Well, that takes part of the fun away, but we'll go with it.
Well,
All
don't
right.
worry. Like with my notes, we'll try to derail you as much as possible.
No, they're still going to make
with your notes, we'd be here for an hour and 45 minutes.
Expecting that
minutes.
one.
That's the great thing about video.
All right, everybody ready?
No, but that never stops us before, and it's not going to stop us now.
Nothing will stand in our way. Not tonight.
Not tonight.
I want it so bad I can take. Oh wait, that's a different song.
Your mom wants it so bad she can taste it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, your mom does taste it. That's how she gets her nickels.
And she does not waste a drop.
Well, it drives her mad to see it wasted.
And then she has burning pee.
Well, this is how much none of us want to do Shin Kamen Rider anymore. And Paladin, because he's just sitting there letting us go on like this.
I didn't even get to watch it, so I feel bad. Sorry.
Oh, no, don't feel bad.
You'd feel worse if he had watched it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, JD, remember at the start of the show, Ken said that he actually chose to watch Power Rangers Samurai rather than finish Shin Kamen Rider.
Now he's choosing to play with this.
Playing with
nice.
your what?
Bag phone, which I think is broken at this point. It does
Really?
not go all the way down.
It doesn't look like the mag phone.
Others have had
Bag
that problem.
Bag phone.
Bag phone. Yeah, it doesn't go all. It doesn't slide all the way down anymore for some reason.
I hate when that happens.
Just push it.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of the phone from Fourze.
That's not what I was thinking of. You know,
Did it make any loud clicking noises before it stopped going all the way down?
Like a hard drive.
No, it just kind of stops.
No, Mickey's just making a loud buzzing noise.
If I had a dime for every time someone said they didn't go all the way down.
Goes down. Alright, so, Paladin, take us into Shin Kamen Rider.
Driving the Segway away from the cliff again. Alright, the movie opens late at night in Japan with a woman being attacked by a mysterious green creature.
The end.
Good show, guys.
If the creature had tentacles, this would be an entirely different movie.
And an entirely different podcast. And
I thought it
somehow
all
I
started off like that.
No, not that different, to be honest. Okay,
Well,
the same.
you probably would have had a better time watching it, though.
I'm not even prepared to debate that.
You're the one who keeps bringing up Chi-Chi Ranger every opportunity you get.
It amuses me.
Well, because Chi-Chi Ranger brings him up.
And we
Alright, the same monster kills 2 kids in a car before being chased by police and slashing several throats. And all of a sudden, a young man who is Shin, spoiler warning.
Isn't that his name?
His name.
Shin, spoiler warning?
Exactly.
That's fortuitous.
And here's the amusing thing. The actor later changed his name to Shin.
That's just kind of depressing.
That is kind of depressing. That's like...
He was proud of this?
He wanted to be associated with this movie?
Wow.
Wow. I'm sorry. That guy...
He just really felt the project spoke to him as a person and sort of defined his life.
Slashing women's throats?
And what has he done since this movie, then?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Fan conventions.
Hopefully porn.
Where's the red tube video of that? Damn.
Oh.
So specific.
What was it? That was some guy in Kamen Rider did porn.
Really?
Blade,
I think it was
I think.
Blade, yeah.
The guy that played Kenzaki?
I don't recall which one. I haven't seen Blade yet. I just remember reading somewhere like something they found out someone he did like gay porn.
I bet it was.
Oh, it was gay
Before
porn
he
as
got
well.
hired.
Even better. Was it the pixelated porn, or was it like, you know?
Well, that's okay. The,
I haven't seen it, but I mean, just
Oh.
the villainess
Why not?
from Go After,
yeah, Kagresia.
yeah.
Ojaru?
And the ones from Gingaman and Mega Ranger had been too.
Yeah.
And the one from Car Ranger.
Damn.
Yeah.
And the cheerleaders from Fourze probably wind up there in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, they're already familiar with the set.
Yeah. They probably met one of the agents on the way out. Or in.
In and out.
Repeatedly.
Okay.
Right,
All
yeah.
now Fourze, or Shin, or whatever the fuck this is. Oh.
Alright, so there's a team of researchers, including a cameo by Shotaro Ishinomori, the creator of Kamen Rider, in a secret facility known as the Institute of Super Science, discussing their attempts
I
to
bet he
cure...
regretted that.
I'm sorry. It's called the what?
The Institute of Super Science.
Probably also involves many murdered puppies.
You know, when I was a
This is Decepticon Super Science.
when I was a kid and I was thinking to myself that I wanted to be a scientist someday, I always imagined I would call it the Institute of Super Science because it would be better than just regular science.
Ultra science is better.
So you're responsible for Shin, is what you're saying.
No. I'm not.
It's the Super
I am not an
Science
insertion
64.
character. No. I claim nothing.
Yes.
But the
So,
process of
the Institute of
So I'm
Super
sorry. The guy that did porn did what? Where are we? What happened?
the
Oh,
Institute
Lord.
of Super Science is attempting to cure cancer and AIDS through human cellular bioengineering, but the process is only marginally successful during initial stages, so the head professor named Daimon wants to try something new. The current test subject is Shin, who is actually Daimon's son and wants to volunteer for the extended process, but his father overrides the offer.
That sounds ethical.
Isn't this
I'm
called-
sure no tragedy will fall for either of these people.
I
Wow.
swear I
Possibly go
saw
wrong.
this, but wasn't it called Guyver? No? Okay.
Which came first?
I don't know. I don't
Well, didn't
care.
Guyver have Mark Hamill in it? Or am I thinking something else?
No, wait.
Is that Mark Harmon? I always get them confused.
I think it was one of. There was just one of them, right?
Anyway,
I'm
Super
sorry,
Science,
so
go.
the Super Science, did they order pizza at any point? Did you order a pizza?
I don't know. I checked out at some parts.
Could be
of the
making
movie.
gay porn references throughout the course of this review now.
Oh, this is
what
when the
they are
old
normal.
Japanese David Lee Roth shows up.
Okay, so Shin spends the evening training in a gym with his girlfriend/nurse Ai, and they're also joined by Shin's friend Yuki, who wants Shin to leave the Institute of Super Science and not take part in the experiment out of fear that the research is too dangerous to be used.
Friend.
Okay,
By
Shin-
by
Shin's friend
training.
Yuki. Does anyone else get the vibe that he's like totally into Shin?
Or wants to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so by training, do you mean...
Training.
Right.
It's a very vigorous workout.
It's a low-budget gym. They couldn't afford a pizza.
Very.
But then they push over
High
some guy
impact.
holding a bunch of towels and they all laugh at him because that's hilarious.
Oh, look at him. He might have broken his head.
Look at that guy.
Schadenfreude.
We're assholes. Yeah.
Oh, so it's the Die Rangers.
Our heroes.
I'm so sad I missed this.
Well,
Nope,
they're making
you're
it
not.
sound a
It's
lot
actually
better than
not
it
it's actually not as enjoyable. Senpai is actually just much.
Oh, you mean
easier
I
to make.
want to see my version of this? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, just keep going like this. You'll
Okay.
be fine.
Yeah, you want to see your version with Mark Harmon?
Right. Or Hamill. Either way.
Yeah, we're actually 15 minutes into the movie already, so yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, we've been talking about it for about half an hour. This is just like a Ken summary.
Okay, the point is Shin opens up a newspaper to reveal that the incidents he was supposedly dreaming about at the beginning actually happened.
Dun
Oh.
dun.
Yeah.
And later that evening, Shin is out running when he recognizes one of the Institute's super scientists, Onizuka, and observes the secret lab set up at the docks to continue his experimentation.
Is that like a title?
Okay.
Like on their like ID badge? It's like Dr. Fuzuki,
Oh,
super
now,
scientist.
Here's my question with this. The year before, were they just scientists, and then, when they came back from their break, they were super scientists?
I mean, did they get fired from AIM? I mean, what is the deal?
They start finally combining their robots, right? Stop reusing stock footage.
Okay, this lab that he follows this guy to. Okay, it's got the Star of David with the Christian cross behind it and like a T there for, I don't know, for transvestites or something. I don't know. But then the guy takes off all his clothes, attaches electrodes to himself, and starts doing science and looks like he starts having an orgasm while he's sciencing.
Science.
It's really good science.
That's the super part.
And then Shin,
He's
he
researching
falls.
something.
It makes a noise, and the guy gets really pissed off, like, "You've been spying on me, whacking off here. I had test tubes out." And then he can't finish.
Yeah, I kind of had the same
Oh,
notion.
this movie.
It's always bad when a sub can't find a dom and they have to do all that work themselves. It's just
Yeah, because he's like he's really getting into it too at that point. And Shin just happens to fall off the rafters where he was watching him.
But their
Oh,
party
at
is
that
interrupted
point.
by the SWAT team.
Yeah. Then the feds bust in.
Both men are knocked out, and the monster
Did
from the
you
beginning...
order a raid?
No, those are the strippers.
Well, they're going to need some raid because that bug monster is back.
We're gonna have to give you a cavity search.
Yeah, Rick Medina's probably with them.
Oh God, my sides. Oh,
The real reason I'm on this show.
Yes.
All the pornography jokes.
Something I know about.
All right.
So
At
anyway,
this point, Shin goes back and talks to the doctor. Like, are we going to talk about what I just saw you doing in there?
what it turns into a British drama? Is that what? I'm arranging matches. I can't.
Okay, so somebody pick up now.
So after Shin wakes up again in the warehouse full of dead soldiers, he confronts Onizuka at the Institute of Super Science the next day, demanding to understand the truth about everything, and Onizuka explains that he's been doing experiments on grasshoppers to help humans survive. Because apparently...
Yeah.
Well, wait,
Because apparently
grasshoppers?
are the perfect animals because they can jump high, resist radiation, and communicate telepathically with each other.
Wait, grasshoppers or locust? Because those are two different things.
It's Kamen Rider, so it has to be grasshopper.
Oh, okay. But they mean locust.
Clearly, they are the superior animal.
Although Sky Rider was based on Locust.
And
But that's
Amazon...
important here.
Well, we don't have time to go into what Amazon is.
A lizard.
He's an iguana.
That seemed like that didn't take time at all. Okay, so the grasshoppers are going to save the world, right? What?
Well, first Shin steps outside and is nearly killed by a sniper, but the movie has to keep going, so we are unfortunately subject to another hour or so, because he is saved by one of the women from the warehouse.
damn it!
So
In her best
Random
80s attire.
By warehouse, you mean prostitute.
Well, she does have whore makeup on.
Yeah.
your mom warehouse.
The best little warehouse in Texas.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Would you like to see our goods? Our goods and wares.
She's
in our
well stocked.
warehouse.
We'll open the bay doors for you.
Perhaps you could show us some of your super science.
I looked at the trap, Ray.
Oh, this version is so much better, apparently. Okay.
This is the best worst show we've ever done.
Oh.
None of us
Okay,
really want to talk about Shin, but damn it, we're getting through it.
Alright, next night Shin is at the gym again with his friends, and he confesses to being the monster from the news stories. Neither one believes him, but Shin remembers the incidents clearly now, for some reason. He wants them both to leave, but instead of, escaping so they don't die, they follow the Kamen Rider trope of believing in the power of friendship, so they want to stand by him.
Yeah.
Friendship.
This cannot end.
Sure.
Friend.
So this is the point which Shin proceeds to take off more clothing again, right? He gets naked to go
I
swimming.
kinda glanced through that part.
What?
That's the best part, though.
You skipped over the naked part? Don't skip over the naked part.
But it was male nudity, JD.
Okay, whatever.
He does have a very nice ass, even though the movie's very boring. So
Is it like
There's some.
like when you
female-
say nudity? Like, what do you mean?
like cheeks.
Oh, okay, just the backside. You can see that on NYPD Blue.
Yeah, but you don't see it in Kamen Rider very often unless it's double and you're at a wedding.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. Or you have just been beaten by your wife.
Okay.
Uh,
Spousal battery.
I walked
Yeah.
into a door and fell down some stairs.
Poor Kirihiko.
All right, I'm sorry. So he was
Then I got
naked.
flowers.
He was naked, and then what happened?
All right. Next morning, the head of the Institute of Super Science announces that Onizuka has quit, and Daimon wants to cancel the experiments rather than continue further damaging the test subjects. However, Himuro, the cigar-smoking overlord, refuses. And rather than just be a subject to further testing, Shin escapes the Institute on his motorcycle, and drives by a gunfight where several police officers have been killed, and the woman who saved Shin's life earlier uses a rocket launcher to try and fight off the criminals.
'Cause
I
that's
can get behind that.
normal.
Is it just me, or is it the fact that he rides a motorcycle in this case just seemed like really forced? Like, we have to have a motorcycle in here somehow, no matter how stupid and out of place it might be.
Well, it matches
Well,
everything else in the movie then.
Exactly.
It's Shin.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how his friend mentions, like, but what about your dream of racing motorcycles? Because you like motorcycles, right?
They didn't even have him play card games.
Oh, well, it was a few years too early for that.
Okay, so Shin jumps into the middle of the gunfight like an idiot, and a horrible screeching sound forces him to the ground in pain. I imagine he's listening to our show.
Oh, the irony!
Well played.
So, Rocket Launcher Woman destroys what she thinks is the source of the noise, but instead of helping, it forces Shin to undergo what is probably the most gruesome henshin sequence in history.
Yeah.
Well, actually, before that happens, you have hilarious monster cutout just being moved back and forth in the fire.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
These are cutting-edge special effects right here.
By cutting edge, you mean the edge of the cutout, or?
Yeah. You think
By cutting edge, they mean he cut the corners off the corners of the budget.
And then we'll have a monster in the fire. We can't afford that. Okay, well then we'll have, like, the fire in front. No, we can't do that. Okay, well then we'll have a picture of a monster.
No, the compositing, that's too hard.
Yeah, there is some rough editing in this movie.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and then it keeps cutting back and forth. All very obvious cuts to between a paper cutout thing being moved back and forth in the fire, some dude and Shin burning.
It's all very confusing.
It really kind of is.
But now at last we have our title character, Kamen Rider Shin. 50 minutes into the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 You sure this wasn't Daredevil?
See, if you'd waited like that long and say Kamen Rider Double Forever for anybody to transform, it would have been what, 15
Over?
minutes left in the movie.
Over.
But in
Yeah.
Double Forever, we'd have had Shotaro and Philip the whole time, so it would have been okay.
Yeah, this is also true.
And besides, Shin's costume looks worse than Daredevil's.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
I understand what they were going for with the whole
Todd
monster.
McFarlane look.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like they wanted to make him look like one of the monsters he's fighting.
Of course, it was the 90s.
Yeah, but it
then
just
it's
is.
like a rider anymore, does it?
No, it does not.
No.
It's his weird
No.
pulsating eyes that really just weird me out. I mean, they're supposed to look like they're animated or like moving around or shit, but it just looks like they're just like sort of
Yeah, and
Are you
know,
sure this isn't Guyver?
It's just like one. and then
Not
it's
really.
like-
No, I'm not.
Okay.
We probably would have liked Guyver better.
Maybe.
We should watch Guyver sometime. No, we shouldn't.
that was a quick turnaround.
It sounded like a good idea at the time.
Well, so did this.
No, no,
It really did.
no, no.
Excuse me, no, you're wrong.
I try to be nice. What am I doing here then? God.
Right. Your effort is wasted.
I know.
Just like
Much
this movie.
Shit. Yes.
Yeah, so where were we? He finally transforms after an hour?
Yes. The now mutant Shin approaches the police officers when one of the soldiers walks through a line of fire and proves himself immune to gunshots and then proceeds to tear his skin off to reveal a monster form.
Oh, that's
So finally,
Japanese
shit's
Dolph
happening.
Lundgren with the eyeshadow.
Yeah, so that happened.
And Shin is no match for this new creature, so Rocket Launcher Chick shoots at both of them, trying to force them away.
Oh, that's where
Shit.
Goto got it from.
No, Goto would have thrown a rock at him.
No, he did that once, though.
It was a big rock.
Yeah.
Now, if Tatanaka had been there, she had shown him leather with a shotgun and that shit right quick.
He just got in their face and kicked their ass.
And Shin
As long as
runs
she was
away
on the clock.
Yes.
And Shin runs away from the incoming police sirens and finds himself straight in the path of Ai's truck. And despite his now hideous appearance, Ai knows that Shin is the monster because, of course, we must again play to the Kamen Rider character tropes.
What the fuck is this shit? I'm supposed to buy that. She just happens to be driving by and happens to recognize him through the monster costume.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Coincidentally.
Yeah. So it was about this time that we all fell asleep.
Yeah. I'm kind of rewatching the last half hour here, and
So
Why?
I'm trying to, because I discussed it. I'm just still kind of nodding off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're also doing this show, so, I mean, you got 2 strikes against you right there.
The show actually does not have that effect on
Why
me
don't you
most
take
times.
some Tylenol PM? It's a lot simpler.
A lot less painful.
Alright, so Launcher Chick speaks on the phone in English to an unseen partner hoping to capture Shin instead of killing him, now that he spared her life last night. But the
Now,
partner
Parker
did they,
Leopard
subtitle
disagrees
the
with that.
did they subtitle the English conversation so we'd know what she's saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Say what?
Thank you
I mean-
again, TV Nihon.
Say really?
Well, that reminds me. The beginning of Garo, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
what I'm talking about. It's perfect English. And there's this, you know, prologue that's at the beginning of every episode, even in the new series. Same one. Every episode. Perfect English. TV Nihon, for some reason, subtitles this. Perfect English.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Bless their hearts.
they're they're wanting to be.
Now-
They're like completists, you know.
Now, Overtime does skip subtitling that, but, you know, probably if they did subtitle it, they would make it so every word is different. Speaking of bless their hearts.
Darkness
Alright.
lurks, fear, bad stuff reigns.
Yes, and as Barricade points out in the chat, TV Nihon, we must subtitle everything.
Translate half.
But anyway, back to the movie.
Okay, Ai is able to tell Shin, and by proxy the audience, that the rocket launcher CIA agent's name is Sarah, working with Japanese police to stop the Institute of Super Science experiments. The Institute of Super Science true goal is to create a cyborg soldier monster like Shin to be an unstoppable combat force. And the
But
creature Shin...
Or is he?
What? In Kamen Rider terms, he's a cyborg.
Okay.
A gooey, fleshy cyborg.
Yes.
Oh.
Because that's what cyborg means.
Still Diver.
Yeah, again, I swear this is Guyver. I don't know where.
We'll get to this in a couple minutes, but I just got to the ending.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the ending.
Oh, that part.
You never
That was
saw
actually the reason I wanted to do this part.
Oh, no, I think he means the actual ending, not the thing that happens just before the ending.
Okay, anyway, go on.
Okay, back to where we were.
Alright, so the creature Shin encountered last night was a level 2 creation, whereas Shin is a level 3 and possesses different combat abilities. And since he's a level higher, he should be able to beat him, right?
Well, that would make sense, but
No,
No.
it wouldn't.
Munch down a few rare candies, right?
Well, that didn't really raise his EV stats any though. So
Yeah, you got to watch doing that. No, you'll gimp your Kamen Riders. Yeah,
Eat some candy, take some protein.
No.
Well, Shin looks more like a Pokemon than a Kamen Rider.
Anyway, Old Man Daimon has been locked up by Himuro and learns that Onizuka is dead. The resulting fusion of cells to create their ultimate sample drove him mad and resulted in the deaths of several people. So Onizuka was the monster at the beginning, and Shin merely received a telepathic impression of his actions due to the shared genetic samples between them.
What?
Yeah, they share genetic samples. Oh, yeah.
No, now see, when I
There's
actually
the protein.
watched Shin about a year and a half ago, and it got to that point where they tried to explain that, even then I was like, what? What?
I can't make it make more sense than that, and neither could they.
Because obviously grasshoppers are
they
telepathic and they share a DNA memory, and I don't know.
it's just like Assassin's Creed, but with bugs.
I don't know. Drink more, and it'll be
Okay.
Drink more. It'll be fine. It'll all make sense.
All right,
It doesn't.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
No, you're fine.
So Ai is abducted by the Institute of Super Science once they determine that she's knocked up, and they plan to use the mutant child of Shin as another stage in their research.
Brilliant.
And
Mickey,
Shin
do you have something to add?
This is the
Mickey,
best.
can we help you?
This is the best movie ever.
Oh Lord.
It's a Kamen Rider movie centered around his bastard child.
Yes, it is.
Kamen Rider deadbeat dad.
Oh, it gets worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or better.
How much worse?
Both.
Uh,
Well, I assume it gets better because it ends sometime.
not
The
soon
only way
enough.
up is down.
So Shin receives a telepathic call from the fetus, and immediately sets out to rescue the two of them.
Is this like that part from that?
Hello?
Is that like that part from that Michael J. Fox movie where he talks to the baby? Is that... No? Okay.
What's that? 9 months? Okay.
If this movie wasn't so goddamn boring, it would be fucking awesome.
It would.
Yeah.
Because it has all the right insanity elements to make it hilarious, but it just takes so long to get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Case in-
we're doing this in about 40 minutes, probably by the time we get done, and it's a much more enjoyable experience this way. Except for
Except
people
you
who actually
happen to watch it first.
Yes. See, I did this the right way. I watched it 18 months ago,
Oh God.
and
What,
never
first time
again.
suggested it?
Could have had 2 Shin babies in that time.
The Shin babies mature at a faster rate.
Oh, okay.
Faster
4
Shin
Shin babies.
All the Shin babies.
A whole swarm of the motherfuckers.
These
they're-
space things ate the Shin babies.
Because they're part psychic grasshopper.
Shins, my god.
A
just-
plague of
just-
shins upon your house.
Just the last 30 seconds has made this whole video thing worthwhile, just to be able to see Mickey's face palm.
The redness is nice as well. Just imagine though, if in during the Dust Bowl time, if Holmes would have been attacked by Shin babies instead of swarms of locusts.
Oh, we are not quite there yet.
The Grapes of Wrath, but with bug men.
Why are they riding motorcycles? I don't know what's required by the series. They're eating our crops.
Okay, Paladin.
Alright. Ai manages to escape from the Institute of Super Science using the latent Kamen Rider energy in her uterus.
You never know when that's going to be handy.
Intro quote?
just is not getting any better the closer we get to the end.
Oh, it's getting closer to the end. Doesn't that count as better?
It only goes down from here.
It's okay, I brought my uterus.
Okay, so common uterus, yes.
This time, Shin catches up to his girlfriend and father just as the CIA team moves in again, and this time they want to kill him off. Also fighting with them is Himuro, who opens fire on the trio and badly wounds Ai. Before dying, Ai begs to Shin to take care of their child, who will somehow survive even though she's dead, through methods they don't bother to explain and won't matter, so we shouldn't care.
Probably by lazy Kamen Rider energy in her uterus.
Is this like the alien moment, like where the locust baby thing comes crawling out of her uterus?
Moving on,
It's funny you mentioned that.
They probably need to just get out of there because it's haunted too.
Sweet.
The
Little
spooky
baby.
haunted uterus.
Oh, man.
Does anyone have any grass?
Okay, please keep going.
Okay, Shin transforms to Kamen Rider form again and murders Himuro to avenge his love's death in pretty brutal fashion. And the level 2 cyborg soldier appears to attack Shin again, and this time the Kamen Riders participate in one last fight. Thank God. At first, Cyborg appears to have the upper hand, but eventually Shin overpowers the monster and performs a lethal finishing attack.
Finish him! Fatality!
Game over. User wins.
But he was playing on the Super Nintendo, so it had green blood.
That was just sweat.
Yeah, it's the most infamous image from Shin Kamen Rider.
Yes.
Yep.
Tearing head off and holding it up with the dripping spine hanging off.
Sweet, so it's like Sub-Zero's finish. Awesome.
90s!
Yes.
Sorry. Pretty much.
But they're not done yet, because it's a bomb.
Of course it is. And you know, some days you
Sure.
can't get rid of a bomb.
Wait, oh, you mean in the movie? I thought you meant the movie. I'm sorry.
Either or.
Technically, we mean both.
Oh, okay.
So Shin escapes the bomb and carries his dead girlfriend out, only to be captured by the CIA goons again. And the dying rocket launcher chick uses the launcher one last time to let him escape and probably kills his father in the process. I really couldn't tell and didn't care to watch it again.
Who does the movie?
So Shin and his unborn Kamen Rider child are able to escape and leave the door open for a sequel that will never fucking happen.
God. Well, no, but you left.
No, not a sequel, a series.
They're still the best. They're still the best part when he does escape into the sewer
with the floating baby.
With
Yeah.
the
Who
floating,
sings the ending credits.
Yeah.
floating baby.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Part baby, part locust.
Mmm.
Well, the floating fetus.
Tasty.
Mmm.
It looks delicious.
Some fish sauce, and you're good to go.
Like,
He just
if you
nods
somehow
like
cross
okay,
like a
I just
ham
what you need.
with like a crab, and you like crack it open and be full of juicy ham. That's kind of the
Okay.
impression the whole locust baby gave.
Mmm.
Ah. God.
Wow. I am so
And
sorry I missed this. That's just.
No, you
And
really
it-
should
That
be.
was the end of Kamen Rider Shin.
I'm about to post the best part to Twitter.
So yeah, that was wow.
That was Shin Kamen Rider.
It certainly was.
Mmm.
Paladin, why?
We hate you.
He hates
So
us.
much.
Apparently.
But
I know that's
why?
why.
His personal revenge for armor heroes.
It's justified.
Well, can't argue
Shin
that.
was better than Armor Heroes.
Stuff
Well,
happened.
it happened. It took a while, but
And-
stuff did happen.
And Godspeed Love.
And Kuga.
Now, see, Kuga's good if you'll actually watch more than just the one episode.
But I watched more than one episode. I watched the episode right before it, too.
Well, watch the one before that.
Well, the one before it was even worse than the one we were supposed to watch.
Well, and watch the one before that one. Look, start at
No.
the beginning, watch the whole way through. Then it's
I
fine.
refute thee.
Or
will
go
send
watch
it-
Agito
he will send a
Boggle at the
plague.
bad thing.
Shin Locust.
Wait, what? You're cutting out.
It doesn't matter. No one cares.
Have we
Cool.
lost everyone yet?
No, amazingly not. You still have more than twice the number of normal viewers as I have on.
Well, they're logged in,
Fanboy
but
Quest.
they're not sitting at their computers. They've walked away to go do something else.
They're like, fuck this.
They've gone off to go get some booze or pills.
Or both.
Or both. Aspirin, vodka.
What I really
Six
like
of them are
is
just
that on my
proxy
side,
accounts from
Ken's
us.
video, on my side, Ken's video froze at this look of utter revulsion.
That's awesome.
So
Are you
completely-
sure that's not the video?
That'd be
My
hard for him to
face.
hold that pose for a long time.
That's good to know.
Just take a screenshot of that for the funny.
Yeah, it just. Meanwhile, it just looks like Ken's over peering at the back of Hey Mickey's head.
Well, that's
Good.
Like that.
Am I still there?
Yeah,
Do what?
you're good.
Okay, I'm still there. Okay.
Everybody has video on my end. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good.
Has the hurting stopped? Is that it?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, what Ken put on Twitter now?
Oh, no.
Oh, let's find out.
There's your locust fetus.
Oh boy. Yeah. So.
Whoa, what?
There you go, JD. That's all you need to
Yeah.
see.
Oh, look, and Shin is shirtless again. What a surprise.
You get the impression that's like a director thing. Okay, and then you're going to be shirtless.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Because.
Well, it will serve him well in his upcoming career.
Emphasis on the rear.
Yes,
Ah,
please.
so it is like Medina. Yeah. Now see, when they adapt Shin into English, Rick Medina should play Shin.
No. What? No, the adaptation of Shin should involve cuts to the RX suit.
Yes.
Of course it should.
Because, I mean, come on, they did it with the other two 90s movies.
That's true. I guess they couldn't find a place to work in Masked Rider ripping out somebody's spine.
Fine. Yeah, there's not really much workable footage in Shin. Or him tearing the scientist apart.
Yeah, I mean,
The
To be fair,
super
the scientist did
scientist.
kind of deserve it. He was kind of a douche.
No, they just, like, added a writer kick into it.
yeah.
Rider kick!
Ugh. Okay, so, wow, I'm just.
So the question
still in
now is,
shock.
where do we go from here?
And you guys have done 100
Down.
of these.
Yeah.
Never really been anything quite like this, though. I don't think.
Well, that just goes to
Pal-
show Paladin doesn't get to pick anymore.
Yeah, all right.
Paladin,
That's
you
fine.
have been picking disasters.
Well, Kiva turned out fine, didn't it?
No, not really.
Oh. I wasn't here that week, so.
Yeah, that's why.
Plus, it's Kiva. It's never going to turn out well.
Mm,
I don't know. I
guess.
thought Kiva was okay.
It's certainly not the most offensively Inoue thing Inoue has done.
No, that would probably be Fies.
That would be the Fies
Well,
series novel.
Yeah,
where
well.
Kai becomes a rapist.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a close runner-up is Ryuki's episode final.
So I've heard.
That's very, very, very Inoue.
Except Ryuki wasn't in no way, was it?
The episode final was.
Ah, true.
That was the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, conveniently also the title of the last episode. just for confusion.
Oh. Well,
But
in no way.
Well, we've done 100 episodes of this show.
That's amazing. That's just...
It's terrible.
That's like willpower. You guys would all be Green Lanterns. You know, just that willpower to go through 100 of these.
No, I think it's Gray Lantern.
Black Lanterns.
Oh,
is that
it's
what-
Beige Lantern.
Beige.
Beige lanterns.
The emotional spectrum of meh. Whatever.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, I think next week we're doing Oh, It's Wonderful that we decided on before.
Really?
Sounds right.
Probably.
Well, it is
We all-
finally out now.
Unless Ghost Ship comes out.
Yeah, I mean, we could put it off a little while longer.
Just keep putting it
Forever.
off.
However, O's Wonderful essentially is the ultimate cake boss trolling.
Has some nice. It does have some nice things in there.
A lot of cake boss. That's always good.
And a good moment from Satanaka also.
Will it remind me of when I liked O's, or will it remind me of the fall?
Well, it's essentially cake.
Better
the
than
entire
last.
cake boss trolling someone who's been dead for 400 years.
That sounds
Nobunaga?
like
No, not Nobunaga. Thank God. But oh God.
Kogami's gonna keep reviving Nobunaga, just to keep trolling him over and over.
It's it is not like when Eiji became this unbearable emotional thing.
Thing?
Yeah,
Thing?
exactly.
What kind of thing is that?
But you know how it's like in those like last 8 episodes ago, I couldn't stand Eiji most of the time. Eventually, it's just, but he's more bearable
It's
here.
just but.
But
You're not
I'm
using a lot of words in this sentence.
It's hard
I'm
to
not-
describe because
Salmon
is
fucking toast with
Yeah.
the onions. Yes.
But to Mickey's question, will it remind us of the good times of O's or the rest of O's?
it's a decent movie.
Has he answered
You're
the
not
question?
answering the question, which leads me to believe the latter half of O's is what's
Yeah,
correct.
well, that would seem to be.
Well, it has a lot of
Hello, kitty.
it has a lot of
Cat.
Kobayashi Edo period fan wink.
So what
So
do we
really,
want
I
to watch?
don't know.
this week?
It depends on how you take that, more or less. The O stuff is decent. It's nothing spectacular besides one cool thing towards the end. And there's some cool character
Okay,
moments.
Barricade is saying in the chat that O is wonderful and embodied everything that O's is, but that doesn't really answer the question either.
No, it really doesn't. I mean,
This is like an
That's-
exercise in non-description.
Well, of who's saying that?
How many words can you use and not describe something?
Okay.
really sure.
Articles and conjunctions.
It's not AG when because the thing that annoyed me the most towards the end was the fact that they rushed everything and that AG was unbearable, more or less. Neither of those are really here.
Okay, so instead of O is wonderful, what are we going to watch next week?
Let's hope Ghost Ship is out.
I'd suggest, but I'm banned now.
Yeah. Yeah, so what can we have if Ghost Ship isn't available?
Well, what haven't we done?
I don't
If
know.
anything, O's wonderful
Ranger.
is this comment in chat by Shadowbreaker. O's wonderful is better than the O's half of Movie War Core. A root canal is better than the O's half of Movie War Core.
The O's finale is better than the O's half of Movie War Core.
Yes.
Fire says audience decides. I say let's go with that. These people have stuck with us throughout the evening, so they should get to pick.
Audience decides. So this.
The audience can't agree on anything.
Why
Prove me
should, we
wrong,
listen to
folks.
why should we listen to them? They clearly have no taste.
And watch it plummet.
Well, Fort Max makes a good point.
Well,
Okay, audience, give us your suggestions
What are y'all
and we'll
waiting
see
for?
what we hate.
see what we hate
Hurry
the
up now.
least.
No, that's not what I said.
Huh.
But see, now nobody's suggesting anything, so this isn't going to work. You know, Barricade suggested some Go-Onger, but we've done that not too long ago, didn't we?
So, what about the opposite of that? RPM.
Well, we're saving Go-Onger for the second musical episode.
Yeah, that's true.
After Teenage Alien Fighters. Oh, God. Guyver.
Well,
I think
no, we
Mickey
ruled
already,
out-
Do we even still have access to Alien Fighters, or did that disappear in the Mega Upload disaster?
I think that went with Mega Upload.
Gee, what a shame.
truly a lost society.
Yeah.
We lost so much in that
Ranger,
tragedy.
Geki Ranger.
So
Well,
I think like there are three or four episodes up on the some
We've done-
on the, I think the cookie jar site or something.
We've done Geki Ranger multiple times, actually, in the
Yeah, we've done
past.
2 episodes of Geki Ranger. We can't do that.
I thought we did just one.
Hyper Kabuto Battle DVD.
No.
Pollux, what do you think of the sad people trying to decide on something?
Let's let the cat vote. No, wait, he'd probably vote for Geki Ranger.
That's what I say.
Now, let's see, what haven't we done?
We haven't done Magi Ranger.
Well, we did Magi Ranger versus Deca.
Yeah,
We
but
did?
Magi Ranger proper.
That's kind of like doing Magi Ranger.
We haven't done Blade.
Well, there's a good reason for that.
Blade is a slow burn, basically.
Yeah. I mean, even more
Kinda
so
like
than you have to watch a lot of Blade to
Appreciate
really
it, like
get Blade.
Kuga.
But even more so.
Agito's probably the same then.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do Kabuto stuff because I'm sort of watching it now. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
We could go back.
Well, you're already up to Attack, right?
Yeah.
Even
But this
some
is
of
just
the
in the
pre-
Hyper Battle video, and I don't really want to interrupt
Yeah.
my flow.
Well, even some of the earlier stuff would be good too. On Kabuto.
First, you ended up not liking Drake.
Well, or we could pick something from Black. I mean, it's fully subbed.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
I could.
Your mom is fully subbed.
Your mom was
Yeah.
up for Black.
Your mom has a black box.
Decade.
No, I kind of like the black idea.
Yeah. Kamen Rider Black would be good.
But what part of Kamen Rider Black?
Well, that's Fort Max's problem to figure out.
Yeah, no.
We can always
Hey, no
just
matter
start it.
what he can't be as bad as this.
That's
Go with
Well,
probably first Shadow Moon episode.
Will it make sense by itself, though?
When has that stopped us?
Well, that's why we're not doing Blade or Agito. You know, it's got to be something we
It's
can
a
take.
show a series. It's pretty episodic. So
Ninja Turtles versus In Space.
Yeah, we were gonna do that at one point, but we had to put it off because a movie came out the same week.
Yeah, and now that episode has gone away with Mega Upload.
Is it? Well, it's on Netflix though, isn't it?
Well,
But
that
half of
doesn't
you don't have
us.
half of the people here don't have Netflix.
What is
Yeah.
wrong with you?
I don't know.
Cheat.
How can you not have Netflix? I don't know how
Or
you
cheap.
live.
I live with torrents.
Let's
Well-
pirating.
It's all your fault then.
Let's
But yeah,
stealing.
we'll do an episode of Black Fort Max. You can pick one and email me the link for it sometime
Okay.
before Friday.
okay.
See, I like that. Let's let the audience decide. Fort Max, you pick.
Well,
you know,
well, we've been screwing with our audience for 100 episodes. Why stop now?
Ha 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 ha!
Well, the Barricade does make it. Have y'all done Time Force at any time?
We have not.
Yeah, we did the Battleizer episode.
All right.
That doesn't count.
didn't we also did Quantum Rangers introduction episodes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where they launched their dinosaur back in time for no reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode of Time Force.
And then you know, he tried to throw Wes off the cliff into the lava.
Yes, Kitty.
Trying to mark the shit out of him.
Kitty says Geki Ranger.
I watched the first episode of Time Force today. That was exciting.
Yeah, Spike McLean points out, we proved we were less trustworthy than Fort Max. How messed up is that?
Wow.
We love our audience, clearly.
Now, we've done Lost Galaxy once before, but we haven't done Ginga Man.
How much of Ginga Man is available?
Is
Yeah,
any of
what's
it-
up?
Assuming, but most of it got nuked.
There's
I tried to watch one
torrent
episode. I remember I fell asleep in it, so...
Well,
And
yeah,
it's still probably better than Shin.
Lost Galaxy dub in Japan got better ratings than Ginga Man, if I remember
No,
right.
I doubt that. Specialty
if-
channel.
If the sub for can ever be turned up, because I know there's one somewhere, somehow. We should do Go 5 sometime. But
V.
Ginga Man versus Mega Ranger was always pretty good, I thought. But I don't know if it's anywhere.
Gausol did that, but I'm not sure if that's...
Oh yeah, they've been
anymore.
redoing all those.
It's up. They have a torrent.
Yeah, I forgot Gausol's been redoing all the Versus movies.
So
Now, if only
something
they
for
would
the
finish
future.
doing... If only they would finish redoing Gao Ranger itself, because I didn't manage to grab episode 51 before all the direct downloads went away.
Ah, crap.
Well, they have.
Oops.
They've been re-uploading all the. They've been re-uploading. They've been putting up V2 torrents. They have like.
Yeah, but they're not up to the last 10 or 11 episodes yet. That's why I'm saying they need to hurry up and do that so I can watch the end of the series.
We'll just watch the end of Wild Force. It'll be the same thing, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Except with worse acting.
And Rick Medina.
It has Rick Medina.
I repeat.
And I think he takes his shirt off, too.
Yes, he does.
But,
the rain.
you know, that's his major acting talent, removing articles of clothing.
Oh
We do
God.
need to do Car Ranger at some point.
Yeah, I do want to do Car Ranger.
Why have we not covered that yet?
How much of it is available?
Well,
Ten. Report back?
Yeah,
Less
not
than
much,
10.
but still, it's enough.
All we need is one.
Well, we got some possibilities for the
Actually,
future.
we might want to wait until Signal Man starts showing up.
You mean Traffic Deneb?
You know what would be nice? To just do the if it ever gets subbed, to do the pizza episode also again.
The Car
I'd be down
Ranger
for that.
version.
The Car Ranger version of tossing your salad.
Of course, what we really need to get
What?
subbed is the Starfish Hitler episode.
Oh, well, somebody needs to actually sub X.
Or just that episode.
Yeah.
I'd settle with just that episode. It's not like there's anything else in X worth watching.
That's true. Maybe. Well, there's Aunt Capone.
Fort
mean,
Max,
that's
use
a
your
pretty-
connections to make that happen.
Yeah, really. Yeah, we got somebody here who's got hands in every fan subbing group except TV Neon. We should be leveraging that. Fort Max, use your
Why would they
influence.
listen to us?
Not
Because
us.
you have your hands in them. You can, like, twist things around.
I hope you at least paid them the nickel first.
I hope you put on a glove. Okay, so next week we're doing some episode of Kamen Rider Black.
Oh, hey, Fire says that somebody has been subbing X. Who?
They gave up. They released like episode 6 over a year ago.
Oh, that was Order Xeranos, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They always give up after the first like 6 or 7 episodes. Every series they start, they give up on.
That's worse than, well, TV Neon.
Well, yeah, at least TV Neon eventually gets back around to it.
A couple years
Like,
later.
They're
Whenever someone else
finally
starts.
They're finally onto the last disc of Die Ranger this week.
They're trying to finish up all their things that apparently aren't Mega Ranger.
Apparently, Jew Ranger.
I want the freaking Neji Rangers.
Yeah, really. Or just anything past episode 26.
Yeah. Like the second half of the entire series.
That would be everything past episode 26. Okay, but anyway... Do what?
Die Ranger would be good to watch some more of, too.
Yeah, we'll have to find another episode with Dix.
We'll see if they're like that for the entire series.
Well,
Not
I mean,
just with Kyle.
I don't think there was anything quite like telling the poor child that his dead mother was waiting for him at the airport. There was nothing else quite like that through the series, but we could probably turn up something.
It was a train station.
Well, whatever. Airports
are like train stations, just without flying tubes of metal.
So they're like your mother, then?
Well, they do have a lot of people coming and going in them.
In and out of the hole.
And you have to buy a ticket.
All right.
Okay, so that will be the end of our 100th episode very special, which entirely lived up to its name.
It certainly did.
We'd say we're sorry, but hey, it's superhero time.
You should know better by now. But we would like to thank all our viewers who stayed with us for the entire 3 hours.
God!
I'm so sorry.
Wow, that actually sounded genuine.
Well,
I sound more sincere when I'm drunk.
It was with the bless your heart tone.
And getting to watch Mickey progressively get more drunk throughout the night.
Yeah, well...
That's how I've got through 100 episodes.
For whatever it's worth, this turned out exactly like I expected it to.
Nice.
Well...
So see you guys in another 100 episodes.
Yeah, because we're definitely not doing this again before that.
What if we do the musical?
No, we're not doing that on video.
No.
Not... Okay.
I
Here's
say
the
in the
deal,
next
Paladin.
musical we all have to sing.
Okay, Paladin's disappointed now, but he's the one that didn't want to do video.
Okay, Paladin, here's the deal. We will do the musical on video if you get up and sing and dance.
No, next
Do I have to
musical we're all
dance too?
singing.
Singing and dancing is required. This is just price of entry.
Yeah, we'll do it on video on that condition, so think about that. In the meantime, thanks for listening. Thanks for being with us for 100 episodes. I don't know what is wrong with you, but we'll see you next time.
There's something wrong.
You've been listening to Superhero Time. Follow us on Twitter at superhero_time for weekly power playback and updates about the show. Visit tfradio.net or find us on iTunes for previous episodes and to subscribe to the show. Superhero Time is a TF Radio Network production. Copyright 2012.